Welcome to The Sip List, the podcast where we drink wine and count down our top 5 favorites of all the things. The Sip List does contain spoilers as well as explicit content, so please keep this in mind as you're listening at work, in your car, with your kids, wherever. The Sip List does not claim ownership of any sound clips used in this episode, as any clips are owned by the original copyright holders. Thank you and enjoy the show. Hello, everybody. Wow, that was squeaky. I'm still a little squeaky. Welcome back to The Sip List, the podcast where we drink wine or whatever you feel like drinking and count down our top 5 favorites of all the things. I'm your host, Amanda, and I haven't recorded in like a month. I'm so glad I had a bunch of episodes backed up because the COVID got me, and man, I would have been stuck if I hadn't got a lot of guests on and recorded ahead of time. So thanks, everybody, for that. Dre is here today, so welcome back, Dre.
Thank you. I'm glad you're done with your Cocoa 19.
Me
too. I'm happy that you feel.
Me too. It was not great, and I missed you guys. I hated not being, Okay, well, I said Casey message to make sure that the comments work for me, and it looks like they do. He's calling me names. So, hi, Casey. So we are streaming live on Facebook, Twitter, and my YouTube channel, which is brand new. So we are joined by a very special guest that I found on TikTok, and Harvey found her the same day and sent us a message. And I was like, oh my gosh, we were like thinking like we need this girl on our shows. We have Taylor, the inventor of a game called Quote Me Cards. Welcome, Taylor.
Hi, thank you. Thank you for having me. That TikTok thing is, I'm still like, what happened?
Good for you, though. That's awesome. I hope you're getting a lot of orders for it. I will say I haven't ordered mine yet. I keep forgetting to, but Dre and Harvey got theirs.
Yes.
So.
I know Dre got his. I did have an influx of orders that came in. It was great though. I mean, of course you love to hear the little cha-ching on the thing, but I just tell people all the time, I don't think I know how the internet works. Because I literally just put that video up like on a humbug, just like happened to, scroll past that trend and happen to not look like a troll sitting on the couch. And so I was like, let me just like do this real quick while I'm thinking about it. And I think the last time I looked, it was like 36,000 people have seen that video. And I was like, I'm not even saying nothing. Like it's crazy.
Weird how that happens.
Literally.
TikTok banned my personal account, and I'm still trying to get it back because it was stupid. It was for copyright violation. I guess Warner Brothers just decided to it was because I had clips of Friends and Ted Lasso. Ted Lasso was what they really went after me for. And I'm like, everybody does this.
All the time.
And so, but anyway, I had one video. It was like during the Johnny Depp Amber Heard trial. And it I had like 30, 40 something thousand views on it. And I was like, and I got a bunch more followers. And I was like, nice. Now I'm having to build that with my podcast TikTok. Yeah. It's not. Yeah.
Yeah. I tell people all the time, I have another TikTok page, and you get that 200 views, whatever.
Right.
And I recorded this random video of it's like me saying like, if I do nothing else, I'm going to ruin an outfit with some Crocs or something like that. And it was like, I think like 50,000 people have seen this video, and they're like, oh my gosh, make this a sound so I can use it. I did. And then of course nobody used it. Right. But I'm just like, that's what you guys care about. Like, it was just me. Like, I had on like leggings and a crop top, and I was like so cute. And then I like put my Crocs on because I don't care. But I was just like, I don't know how the internet works, clearly.
Well, you're doing something well. So, I love on your website, you say movie quotes are my first language because in my house, we speak fluently in movie quotes. Like
Yes.
me and my husband, that's like 70% of our communication is movie quotes.
Literally, I mean, that's me and my friends all day long. I feel like if you can't incorporate a movie quote or like a TV show quote, something like that into a conversation, then I don't know what's wrong with you. But
Yeah.
they apply to everything. I feel the same about songs and like song
Yeah.
lyrics and song,
Me too.
but it's just like there's so many different types of movies, there's so many types of
Mhm.
different scenarios. There's always one. There's always
Yeah.
one. Even if it doesn't quite fit, it still fits.
And some fit so many situations. So,
So many.
sorry. Well, Casey says that Dre challenged him and CJ last week. So Dre's already played. I feel a little.
I did
Ooh.
not challenge them.
So,
I made them challenge each other.
okay. Okay.
Mm.
It would have been too easy if I challenged them.
Okay. Well, Taylor, we're going to let you introduce us to Quote Me Cards. And of course, we'll
Yeah.
promote the heck out of it by a little challenge for me and Dre. So,
All right.
how I don't know exactly, you can explain to us what the rules are and we can just play like to a short amount or however it works. We don't have to go
Yeah.
on forever, but let's check this out. I'm excited.
Yeah. So here's the thing. So it's really like a team game. You could do 1v1 if you wanted to, but it's really supposed to be like 60-second rounds. How many can you answer within that 60 seconds? What we'll do in this case, we will just, let's say we'll go through 10 cards and we'll just do best of 10 with you two, just so we can kind of keep it going. But there are three question types. You have name the movie, where I will give you the quote and then you have to name the movie. You have finish the line, where I will give you part of it. You have to finish it. And then you have multiple choice, where I will give you the quote and then give you a choice of 3 movies that you have to pick the right answer. So pretty cut
Okay.
and dry. There are bonus questions on some of the cards. So you can get the bonus right and not get the question right. So the bonus
Okay.
cards are worth 2 points. So you can still get 1 point if you know one, but not the
Okay.
other. So little caveat there I like to add just to give some people, better chance. But I will keep score over here for you guys, and we'll just
Okay.
do like I said, best of 10. Just to
Okay. Well,
say,
Casey says don't play to 10, but I'm going to trust you, Taylor. So,
all right, we can do best of 10 really quick. We should
okay.
be able to get through it quick. If you're on your P's and
Sorry.
Q's, we
So
should be able to.
I always am.
the reason why Casey said that because they tried the best of 10 and then they took a very fucking long time.
Oh, okay.
Oh, is that so? You want to do
That
best of
surprises
7?
me.
No,
7 probably is
No,
better.
let's
Like
see
an
how
NBA series.
you're right. Let's see how quick it goes, but I feel confident.
All right.
I know.
Okay, everybody ready?
So are you doing us one at a time or it's just whoever gets it first?
We'll just go whoever gets it.
Okay.
We'll do whoever gets it. And I will tell you what type of question it is, of course, before so you kind of know what to expect. Okay. Everybody ready?
Yes.
All right. Name the movie. And the quote is, "I like that boulder. That is a nice boulder." Name the movie. I like that boulder.
Dumb and Dumber?
That is a nice boulder.
Not Dumb and Dumber.
That's Shrek.
What'd you say, D?
That's Shrek.
Shrek.
Oh, good one. Okay.
All right. Name the movie. And the quote is, "Ouch town, population you, bro."
Wow, these are hard. Okay.
It's like one of my favorite movies too. I love this movie so much. Ouch town, population you, bro.
I don't know.
No,
Yeah,
neither. I don't even know if I'm going to tell you. We're going to put that one to the side.
Oh, I want to know though.
All right, I'll tell you. Actually, because we have to count it. So the movie was Dodgeball.
Oh, I don't remember that, and I love that movie.
It's his name just escaped me. I love him. He's my favorite person on the planet. From Identity Thief and
Jason Bateman.
Jason Bateman. It's his character while they're in the tournament and like somebody like gets hit in the nuts with the ball or something.
Oh, that's right.
So love him. Okay, multiple choice.
Okay.
Multiple choice. The quote is, "Every time we get some here, y'all come trying to steal it, putting this blonde hair on it and calling it something different." Is it Step Up, Pitch Perfect, or Bring It On? every time we get some here, y'all come trying to steal it,
Let's
putting this blonde hair on it and calling it something different.
let's bring it on.
Bring it on.
Yeah.
Only because I just know from the race where they had the race where they had.
At the high school football field.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
All
so
right.
amazing.
Name the movie. This one should be easy. Now that's what I call high quality H2O.
Waterboy.
Waterboy. All right.
Woo.
Oh,
Finally.
finish the line. Finish the line. Oh, look, another glorious morning.
Makes me sick.
Makes me sick.
Another glorious morning.
I say that like 3 times a week. Okay, finish the line. You guys are tied two apiece, so we know.
Okay.
And that was question number 5. So this is question number 6.
Okay.
All right, finish the line. Leave the gun.
Take the cannoli.
Take the cannoli.
Godfather.
Mm-hmm. All right, name the movie. Boy, that escalated quickly.
Anchorman.
Anchorman.
Sorry, Dre. You gotta be faster.
That was fun.
All right, so this is question 8. Okay, finish the line. Well, around here between Normandy and Weston.
We call this hair little twin.
I forgot this one was in here. Oh man, that's funny. I forgot all about that card. Okay, this is number 9. Finish the line. In case I don't see you.
Good morning, good evening, good night.
Truman Show.
Yep.
All right, so you guys are tied 4-4, and this is
Crap.
card number 10. Number 10. Finish the line. Make that money, girl.
Don't let it make you.
Don't let it make you. Players
Damn
Club.
What's that from?
Players Club.
Players Club.
Oh, I haven't seen that in so long.
I haven't seen it in a long time either, but
All right.
yes,
Congratulations, Dre.
Dre is our winner. So that's the game. So it's a combination of just a bunch of
That's
movies, just a bunch of movies. And that's our starter pack. So that's the one that Dre has, and that's the one that's on sale now. We actually also have our expansion pack that will be out on October the 1st.
Okay.
It's called the sequel pack. And that one it's new movies. There might be like 2 repeat movies maybe. But it's new quotes. That one also includes TV shows. So I'm really excited about that one because it has both.
Yeah.
So, and it's, yeah. So, but we've only been open it's only been out since June. So I'm like super excited that even just that TikTok kind of blew up because I have to keep telling myself like, it's only been 3 months. It's only been 3 months.
That's amazing. So congratulations.
Thank you.
I was going to tell you, sorry, you should look into like getting a booth at like some kind of con, like a horror con, a comic con. We actually bought a movie card game from like somebody like you. These 2 guys that had invented this game, and we play it all the time.
Yeah.
And it's amazing. So it's like, and we never would have heard of it, you know?
Yeah.
So,
I didn't even think about that. I have been trying to do events. So I actually I have another small business that I run completely separate from that. And that's very event based. And I was like, I guess I should do events for Quote Me, but it's again, with just being out there. I like to do the events. But like the ones that I do for my other business are very, like it's a self-care business. It's like bubble bath and stuff like that. So it's easy to kind of camp out with that. I have been trying to like pop in around different breweries. I cannot say that word around here and just being like, hey, like you got Connect 4, but like, do you have this? Let's talk about it and things like that. But it never occurred to me to try to that you could even have a vendor booth like that at a con. Like that's not something that ever crossed my mind. So now I have to
go to.
It
was a video. It was a gamer convention.
Okay.
Because my daughter wanted to go because there was this YouTuber there that she loved, and we just walking around, and it's a really cool game. It's called Movie Buff, and it's very similar to yours, but different as well. So I don't know. Anyway, it's just cool.
Yeah.
So,
no, I have to look into that. That's a good idea. I appreciate that.
Okay. Well, so I guess let's real quick is I'm sure Dre, you are not sipping on anything. Do you have anything over there? that you're drinking, enjoying with Sasha?
Sasha, nice. Say hi, Sasha. Sasha,
Hi,
nice.
Sasha.
Nah, she's out. She's
Yeah.
like, I'm straight.
Watching Baby Shark right now. So,
She's so beautiful.
Mm.
no, but we drink Yoo-Hoo right now. Box of Yoo-Hoo.
Yoo-hoo, nice.
But,
Yoo-hoo with a little rum. Rumpelstiltskin.
Rumpelstiltskin.
See, you get it.
Oh man, that's hilarious.
We say that anytime somebody says Yoo-hoo, like me and my husband, but we're like, Yoo-hoo with a little rum.
Rumpelstiltskin. Oh, that's funny to me.
Taylor, you sipping on anything over there?
Yep, I have. So I am not ashamed to say that I get my liquor out the grocery store most of the time.
Lucky.
So it's like it's this company. I think you say it. I'm assuming you say it Licks, like liquor, Liqs. But it's a mojito in a bottle, and it's like 12%. And I didn't have to do nothing but pour it in the cup, and that's what's in here, and it's delicious.
Is it? That sounds good. Okay.
I got it at the Harris Teeter. I'm sure they sell it somewhere else, but I personally got it in the Harris Teeter. And
Nice.
it is strong, if you will.
Well, we cannot. I'm in Texas, and we cannot buy liquor in grocery stores yet. We can buy wine in grocery stores and like convenience stores, but not liquor.
Yeah. So I think technically they categorize this as wine. It's like the same as that margarita stuff that you get in the bottle. I think technically that's what it is. But it says mojito on the bottle.
Right.
I don't know what's in it, but I know it's like 12% and it only cost me like $11.
Yeah.
I drink it.
Well, I am drinking. My husband went to a wine tasting last night. Dre, this is how much I love you, especially, but our network and our drafts. I gave up going to a wine tasting to be on the show last night.
But it was fun though.
It was last night's show was amazing. But yeah, so George went to this wine tasting and brought me all the leftovers. So I am having from Josh Cellars, which I've had the Josh brand before. It's very reasonably priced. Like depending on where you buy it, 11 to 16 bucks a bottle. Like it's not expensive. But this is their rosé, and it's very good, light, refreshing, kind of peachy.
I feel like I've seen that before.
Yeah,
that Josh. I think I've seen that before in the store.
You can buy Josh at the grocery store for sure. I've had the Cabernet, I believe, and maybe something else, but I've not had this rosé, so I'm drinking it, and it's lovely. So, Josh Cellars, sponsor me, and I'll drink all your wines and promote them. Oh, I needed these wine companies to sponsor me, but I keep forgetting to tag them.
Oh, yeah, you have to do that.
I know.
For sure.
Okay, so my next episode, I will be drinking the limited edition 19 Crimes that they just released with the glow-in-the-dark labels. They have a Dracula and a Frankenstein, and they look amazing. I got an email about it, so I got to go buy them.
That sounds fun.
All right, well, we're going to do the sip libs now.
Okay.
And Taylor, you've listened to an episode, so you kind of know how it works, but it's just Mad Libs, basically. And you just say whatever comes to your head, and we will have some fun.
Okay.
This one is called The Great Buddy Blank Adventure. And we'll let you start with a noun.
Rumpelstiltskin.
Nice. Okay, Gray, a name.
Felicia Rashad.
Always.
Damn it. I love her. She's my fave.
Oh.
Dre would kill all of us and step over our dead bodies to get to her.
I love her. And we have the same birthday, so, you know.
Oh, nice.
I feel like she's my spirit animal.
A name for me, I'm going to say Casey since he's watching and commenting. Thank you, Casey. The next one's an adjective, so it has to be certifiably fuckable because that is the rule. Ooh, okay. Taylor, a mythical creature.
My brain said Rumpelstiltskin again. Oh, no, I don't want to go with that one. Let's go Abominable Snowman.
Okay. How do you spell abominable?
Oh, God.
Dre, a food.
For me or for
It's just a food. I don't know who it's for. It's probably
Like-
for Felicia Rashad or Rumpelstiltskin.
Sound like something I would eat or something that everybody.
Whatever you want, baby.
I mean,
Roast beef curtain.
I knew it. I saw your face and I was like, a famous place. Oh, damn it. Sorry. I'm gonna say a famous place. I'm gonna say the Lizzie Borden Murder House. It's very random. I don't know. Just popped in my
very
head.
specific.
Well, because I was watching Creep Show the series yesterday on Shudder,
Mhm.
and they had one that was like it was a B&B that was a murder house, and anyway, so that's yeah. Okay, Taylor, a weather phenomenon.
Ooh. I mean, so you're saying phenomenon, not like natural disaster. So
I mean, I'm guessing that's what it means, but however you want to
Um,
interpret it.
tropical storm Sandy. Is that a thing? Did I make that up?
No, I think there was a Sandy.
It actually happened when I was in Philly. You know, it was like I think it was.
That is the one that was up there. I remember.
Is that the one? I'm like, I was trying not to say Hurricane Katrina because that was
Yeah.
like, yikes.
But
But
Sandy was bad too.
I don't.
'Cause
I
I
got
worked in an
nothing.
insurance company when that happened, and so I got to deal with a lot of people filing their house claims.
Oh, yikes.
That's cool. All right, Dre, a villain.
Rose from the Titanic.
Okay, I'm gonna just type her whole name. You punk. Animal. Trash panda. He hates Rose.
Oh.
Sorry, I'm coughing. I can't mute and type at the same time. Taylor, a snack food.
Ooh. Candy ginger, because there's some on my desk.
Ooh. Hey, Dre, a positive feeling.
Orgasms.
Yes. Vehicle type. I'm gonna say PJ. Private jet. I want a PJ. All right. An occupation.
Recruiter.
Okay. And last one, Dre, a type of pet.
Wiener dog. Because I have one right here.
Yaw.
Oh.
Okay. And again, I want to say thank you to Kevin who created this SipLibs program with ChatGPT. This is definitely way better than the online crap I was using. So love you, Kevin. Thank you. Okay, here we go. The Great Buddy Rumpelstiltskin Adventure. Once upon a time, a duo of best friends named Felicia Rashad and Casey decided to embark on a certifiably fuckable journey. Uh-oh, Dre's going to get jealous. Their goal, to find the legendary abominable snowman, of course. Equipped with only a Rumpelstiltskin and a half-eaten block of roast beef curtains, they set off into the unknown, a place often called the Lizzie Borden Murder House. Okay. On their journey, they faced challenges like a certifiably fuckable tropical storm Sandy, a certifiably fuckable villain named Rose DeWitt Bucator, who looked remarkably like a trash panda, and an unexpected shortage of candied ginger. Aw. Regardless, Felicia Rashad and Casey remained orgasms, vowing to take their private jet to the ends of the earth for their mission. The pair encountered quirky characters like a fortune-telling recruiter and a certifiably fuckable three-legged wiener dog. Oh. At the crux of their certifiably fuckable journey, they learned that their true treasure was not the abominable snowman, but their unbreakable bond of friendship. A true popcorn-worthy tale.
Casey got
And Casey's not even watching now, and he missed all that whole story about him and Felicia Rashad.
Him and Felicia Rashad.
some of the friends on at the end. He didn't do it right.
Yeah. We'll replace Casey with Dre. All right, we're going to get to our top 5, but first, real quick, I'm going to play a little message from our wonderful I Did Not Make These Rankings podcast network. The Sip List is a proud member of the I Did Not Make These Rankings podcast network. Other shows in the network include Mass Debaters, An Evening at the Movies, Crushgasm, Men Are the Prize, Crime Rewind, Literature Reapers, and Love is Black. You can find out all about our shows and more at idnmtrpodcastnetwork.com. Happy listening. Okay, we are ready. So, we're going to count backwards from 5. If we all have one in common, we'll talk about them at the same time. So, Taylor, if your number 5 is my number 3, we'll talk about them together.
Okay.
Just to, avoid the redundancy. Is that a word? Redundancy? I don't know.
Yeah.
All right. So, Taylor, what is your number 5 favorite movie about friendship?
My number 5 favorite movie about friendship is The Sandlot.
Very nice. I'm sorry. Could y'all hear that dinging
Hear what?
noise?
Oh, I didn't
never
hear
mind.
it.
Okay.
The Sandlot is an honorable mention. I do.
Nice.
Ooh. Yeah, that's my favorite. I love it's just the banter of the whole group.
Mhm.
L7 Weenie, You're Killing Me Small. Yeah, like all the
Yeah.
quotes. Because that's obviously my thing, right? But
Right. Yeah,
love,
that's a good.
I
that's a
love
good
the
choice.
dynamics.
I didn't even think of that. I'm kind of disappointed in myself.
It's my favorite. We watch it like twice a month here. We do sports movie Sunday at my house.
Nice.
So it's always like
That's awesome.
I'm like, we can't watch The Sandlot or Mighty Ducks 2 because we watch that, or Remember the Titans. Like, pick something else because those are like the 3. If I'm just gonna turn on a movie for like noise, it's gonna be like one of those 3.
Right. Maybe, Dre, you should have Taylor on to do the sports movie bracket. That'd be fun.
Wait for it to come on.
Come on, I can do that all day.
It's a tough one. I know I did it a while back. Yeah, it's a tough one. There's so many good ones.
It's really as you get closer.
Topic. Yeah.
Yeah, it's cool on the outskirts, but when you get to the inner workings, you're like, yikes! Why did I do this to myself?
The way Dre does the brackets is it's the highest seed always plays the lowest seed, and he reseeds them every round, so it's completely different from like a March Madness bracket. It's similar, but not like rankings wise. It's completely different.
It's more of an NFL bracket than a March Madness bracket.
Oh, so you're out here choosing violence,
right?
Often.
1,000%.
All the time.
Exactly right.
I saw that thing you posted on Instagram. I don't even remember what it was now, but I was like, he's out here choosing mad violence. Like, what? And my DMs were upset. Like, what is happening here? I don't even remember what it was, but they were not happy. Like, why would you do this? I wasn't me.
He was definitely choosing violence last night on our draft. So that's just a Dre thing.
That's hilarious. Love that for you.
Yeah. Okay, Dre, what's your number 5?
All right, so that movies about friends. We didn't say they were supposed to be good friends.
No.
But about friends. So my number 5 is Mystic River.
Oh, okay.
River. That was a movie about friends. I mean, they were friends afterwards and at the end.
That's true.
But and one of the best movie quotes, is that my daughter in there?
Yeah. Sean Penn. That's a good choice. I didn't really go that way. Like, I have some sad movies written down, but not. I think mine were all about good friendship. So that's a good one.
I feel like mine are like a good. Yeah, it depends. It might depend on who you ask. Like, they're not bad friends, but they're not. It might be some friends at the beginning, and then you added more friends later because we picked up some along the way.
Okay. Well, my number 5, actually, spoiler alert, is my only movie that's completely it's centered on male friendships. My rest are either girls or a mix. My number 5 is Tag.
That's such a good movie.
I love that movie.
It's
It's
so
so
good.
funny.
I have it as our adventure.
Yeah.
I didn't even that's hilarious because it never crossed my mind. And now that you say that, it makes because they are actual friends, all of them.
Yeah, and they get together once a year to play this game of tag, and the fact that it was loosely based on a true story, and
Yeah.
you know, the spoiler alert, one of the guys is sick, and so it was really important to him for everybody to do it. And
Yes.
you know, the only
It
part
was
of that
so
movie
well
I
casted
didn't.
too.
Oh yeah, I love Jeremy Renner and John Hamm. And I
Literally all of them, because
Yeah.
Jake Johnson, my favorite person on that. My comfort show is New Girl, and I watch it at least
yeah,
4 times a
Love.
year. And
One of my
love
favorite,
Jake Johnson.
Hannibal Buress. Oh my goodness, so
Hannibal
stand up,
Buress.
amazing.
What's his name? I'm gonna call him Andy Bernard because I'm on an Office
yeah.
rewatch right now.
Ed Helms.
Ed Helms, like
Yeah.
it's just so
love
well
Ed Helms.
casted.
It is.
But you were gonna say your least favorite part is what?
Oh, the only part of that movie I didn't like is I felt like the lie that the one guy told about his fiance being pregnant or
Oh
was it
yeah,
being
Jeremy
pregnant or
Renner.
having a miscarriage or something.
It was both.
That went too far. I didn't like
Yeah,
that. The
that
rest
was
of the movie,
that was a lot.
I was like,
that
that's
was a
too.
lot.
Like in real life, I don't think those people would still be your friend after something like that.
Yeah, no, that was a
So,
lot. That was definitely a lot.
Yeah.
But overall, in the grand scheme of it all, good movie. Very,
Yeah.
very well casted. Very funny. That's a really good one. That's
I
a
do
really
this
good one.
thing when I watch stuff like, and I think it's because I've watched Sex in the City so many times that I have this thing where I watch Friends in movies or shows, and I'm like, there's no way your friendship would have survived that. Like, there's no way you'd be friends with that person after something like that, because
Yeah.
Sex in the City had a lot of those moments, but they always
Yes.
worked it out.
Yeah, a lot. Like a lot. That's yeah.
So
I'm just like, tag is such a good one. But to your point, I just looked at my list. I only have male-centered friendship
oh, nice.
movies. And one I have one female one, but it didn't occur to me until you just said that
Interesting.
was your only male-centered one. And I'm like, huh.
I mean, I have a few
Interesting.
in my honorable mentions, but in my top 5, that's the only one that's all male friendships.
See,
So.
and I have a few female ones in my honorable mention list. My main ones are all men.
Well, all right. Well, let's get it then. What's your number 4?
My number 4 is The Wood.
Yes, that's an honorable mention for me.
love
Ray, which
that.
number is that for you?
It's not my top 5, but it
Ooh,
could be. I didn't even think about it. Oh my goodness, I love that.
really? You love that movie?
I do. I love that movie with a passion.
Yeah, I wrote it down. It's a good one.
That's my. I mean, I was like young when it came, youngish, I guess, when it came out. But I remember just all of it. I just remember all of it. Like I love that movie. Love it. It's really one of my faves.
I will watch anything with Omar Epps. So like that's all I have to hear, and I'm like, okay, give it to me. Yeah, Dre, I'm surprised you didn't have that, but
Oh, I'm surprised my damn self.
but that's the beauty of this show. Like we're always like, why didn't I think of that? Damn it. But yeah, all right, good choice. I had it as an honorable mention, but not in the top 5. Okay, Dre, what do you have? Number 4.
I want it to be a little bit different. I want to have a different variety of stuff.
Yeah.
We'll have a good top 5. So this is my only kid movie, like actually little kid movie. This I think I have a teen movie on here. I have 3 teen movies on here, but this is my only little kid movie.
Okay.
And that's Good Boys. Good Boys
Oh, I haven't seen
Seth Rogen
that.
is a Seth Rogen movie about 3 kids that are trying to.
I know what you're talking about.
It's freaking hilarious. By the way, it's one that I one of the movies that I probably laugh from crying. I'll do that often. But
I remember wanting to watch it, but I forgot.
So-
I don't. Yeah, I haven't seen it, but I do know what you're talking about with
Yeah,
this.
you do.
Yeah.
Because I remember it looked hilarious.
It really did. You brought cocaine to a playground. So yeah.
Good choice.
I like it. Seth Rogen is doing good things. Have you guys seen Ninja Turtles, the new one?
No,
Yes.
I want to.
Oh, so good.
good.
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah.
Rogen-
So good.
Seth Rogen as a producer is amazing. If you're a nerd and you watch Amazon superhero movies, the Incredible and The Boys is all produced by Seth Rogen.
Oh,
So
I didn't know
I
that.
didn't know that.
you're doing big things.
Oh, I didn't know that. I haven't
I
watched. I
did
haven't
not
gotten to The Boys.
either.
People have been telling me that it's like really good. It's on a list of other stuff that I need to watch. But again, I watch New Girl and Schitt's Creek and The Office
Yeah.
like it's my business. But
Me and you and Kendra need to do an Office episode.
oh my
'cause
gosh,
we both love them.
I look clearly.
Yeah.
Like I have a Dundee somewhere in here.
Nice.
I have so many things. And what's funny is ever since they took it off of Netflix, I haven't watched it in a really long time because I was just like, I'm not paying for Peacock, but now somebody else pays for Peacock and I just like signed into it. So I'm on the rewatch now. I didn't realize how fast I was getting through it because apparently that's all I'm watching for the last week and I'm already on like season 7. But I'm like, I forgot how hilarious. Like you get the TikTok clips and you know the different sounds and stuff, but like when you put it all back into the context, I have been in here not getting any work done, like just screaming, laughing at stuff, like and knowing the sounds you hear on TikTok, and then it's like it makes it so much funnier. Like that whole back and like Dwight and Oscar being like, "Where? You know where?
Yeah. Yes.
Where?" Like out of context,
you know
it's
where.
still funny, but in context, I had to pause it because I was in here wheezing. Like it's so funny. Just it's so good. I forgot.
Well,
I knew I loved it, but I forgot.
I don't want to monopolize you because I know Dre really we want to have you on some stuff. Maybe other if you want to be on the other shows, but maybe me and you and Kendra can figure that out because Kendra and I
You
always
let me
talk about
know.
The Office.
I can talk Office, New Girl, Schitt's Creek. There's probably Ted Lasso. You mentioned Ted Lasso.
Oh God, I loved Ted Lasso.
I love that show, and I cry every single time, and I don't care who knows it. It's just so well written. It's just,
I love
it's
Jason
amazing. And that finale, even though we were like, is this actually the finale? But then when we got to the point where you knew, I was just in my bed weeping watching.
I want a spinoff. We did top, and Kendra was on this one actually, top 5 TV character crushes, and Roy Kent was like I think my number 2 or 3.
100%. I will give you also, so Roy is like 1A is for me Sam Obisanya. I have a Sam Obisanya jersey in this house somewhere. I
felt dirty because Sam's so young, but then he sleeps with Rebecca, so I'm like, it's okay.
Yeah, like, I'm
sorry.
I'm not as old as Rebecca. Like, you come on with it.
But Dre, you don't have Apple TV, right?
Yes,
Apple
I do.
Oh. Were you going to watch Ted Lasso? I feel like we talked about this.
I watched listen.
Oh, you didn't like it. That's right.
Sir.
I was like,
right?
I watched 2 episodes. I was like, all right, listen, it's not for me. It's not for everybody. Right? But I do have Apple TV because the best TV show is on Apple TV, and that's Shrinking.
So good. But wait. So now that you have said that, you know that Brett, what's his real name? Brett
Goldstein
writes on Shrinking. So if you like Shrinking, you have to really give Ted Lasso a solid chance.
That's what I told him. You didn't give it enough of a chance.
That's not true at all because I like The Big Bang Theory and I like 2.5 Men, but I did not like Mom. I
think that's fair.
I didn't like
that's fair.
either. So
I think you have to give it I just love Ted Lasso dearly, and I will talk. You have a Ted Lasso show, I'm here. You come monopolize all my time. I don't care.
Have you seen this shirt that it has I haven't ordered it, but I want to. It has the little like torn believe sign with the tape on it, and then it says whistle.
No, I haven't seen that one. I have it's funny because I wore it yesterday. I have one that has all their names on it, but then it has Nate's name crossed out on the bottom. Ugh. So it's like Ted, Beard, Roy. It's literally and then it has Nate crossed out. And I have one that's I think it's Lasso Kent 2024, like a campaign sign. I have one of those. I feel like I have another one. But I know I have a Sam jersey. And my friend got
And
me a card for my birthday that says, "I love you as much as Rebecca loves biscuits."
I got
I
the recipe for those biscuits. I want to make them.
I have it as well. It's like such a thing here. So, do you guys have Jenny's ice cream where you are?
No.
No. So it's like a chain, but I know it's not everywhere. But we have one here in Charlotte, is where I am, and they did a biscuits with the boss ice cream for
Ooh.
the premiere of season 3, and it was like a salted caramel ice cream with like the biscuits in
Ooh.
it. And first of all, it was a whole thing. I have an AFC Richmond, like just like a pullover. I wore my pullover over there. They had
Nice.
a cutout of Ted. I took my picture. I had some in a waffle cone. I got a pint, brought it home. It was such a thing. Like
That's awesome.
it's such a thing. And people are like, "What is wrong with you?" And I was like,
Nothing.
"What's wrong with you?"
What's wrong with you?
Because
Exactly.
what do you
So
mean?
Roy becomes a coach and he can't whistle, so he just yells the word whistle when he wants to
He
like
can't
blow a
use
whistle.
a whistle. He
Or he
can't
can't
use
use a
the
whistle.
whistle. Yeah.
So he
So
just
he just
yells
screams.
whistle. Okay, anyway, we digress.
We talk about this. You have a Ted Lasso show. You know where to find me, Amanda.
Yes. Okay, so where are we on me now? Or are we still on
Yes, number 4.
number 4? Okay.
Wait, yeah. Did
Because
we?
Dre did
Yeah. Oh,
his.
yeah. Because
Yeah.
Dre went. Yeah, it's your turn.
And then we went on
Tangent.
that whole tangent.
Right.
Okay. So I cheated on my number 4, which is my show, and I'll do it if I want. And I let other people get away with it. So I tied 2 together because I couldn't leave one off. So basically, these are my 2 like kind of dramatic and sad movies that have comedy, but they're not related at all. But they're just both some of my favorites. The first one is Waiting to Exhale.
Ooh, that's on my honorable mention list.
Love that movie. I cannot tell you how many times I've seen that movie. I had the soundtrack on CD and I just wore it the
So
hell out.
good. That
Love that
soundtrack
movie.
is so good.
Right?
Okay. So good.
That the song "Why Does It Hurt So Bad"? It was like, oh my god! Like
It's so good. I think I was like 2 when that movie came out.
I was in high school, and I'm like, I don't know why I'm relating to the song so much. I'm just in high school with a boyfriend. But yeah, I love that movie so much, and anything with Loretta Devine, like, just sign me up. So
Amanda, I love you so much. I just want you to know
yay!
because it's hilarious. Because my children's other parent, he hates Loretta Devine, hates her. Like, oh my god, he can't stand her. It's hilarious to me.
I didn't
look.
Is it crap? Which movie? Jumping the Broom. I did not like her in Jumping the Broom.
Oh, she was really
a
bad. And I
first-class
actually don't like that movie at all.
I've
But
only seen it once, but
The overbearing mom. Like I wasn't. I mean, she was she was quote unquote bad, but I didn't mind her because she played the overbearing mom.
yeah, but he was
she's
like,
the same
"You
character in
treat
every
me like
movie she
I'm
plays.
you treat me like I'm a baby or like I'm your husband." Like that's exactly these boy moms that are like that creep me out.
Yeah, no, I tell people that all the time. Like me, like little boy, he just came in here asking for some chips. Do whatever, go, please. Just will you play with me? You have a sister. I'll play with her. Like I had you for each other.
Yeah, exactly. Y'all are supposed to entertain each other. Leave me out of it.
But yeah, okay. So Waiting to Exhale.
Yeah. So, and I didn't. I didn't grow up watching a lot of like mostly black movies. I mean, I watched anything with Eddie Murphy, but typically it was like he's the one black guy, or like except for Coming to America, I guess. But I think Waiting to Exhale was really like the first all black cast movie that I watched, and I was just like, I want to be friends with these girls so bad. Like, Angela Bassett, will you adopt me? So anyway, and the soundtrack, yeah. And the other one, completely opposite direction, but still a dramedy, My Girl.
Ooh.
Veda and Thomas J.
Got his glasses.
Where's his glasses?
He can't see without his glasses. That my best friend is completely traumatized behind that movie. Like she's like at the age of over 30. I won't say how old she is, but she's like, nope. Like, nope, can't do it. I'm like, okay.
According to Casey, it's the best rom-com ever.
Right? Yeah, Casey called it a rom-com, and we were like, sir?
What?
First of all, they weren't really romantic. She was in love with her teacher, which, Griffin Dunn. Wow, he can get it. But yeah, I don't know. It just I
So
couldn't imagine losing a friend that young, you know?
No.
so I have an honorable mention that is very very similar to my girl.
Okay.
It's like basically the same movie, damn near, except for
Bridge to Terabithia.
Terabithia.
Oh, yeah.
That's
It's a better book than movie, but the movie hits home too. So I mean,
yeah. When she said, "I can't imagine losing a friend that young," my mind
Mhm.
immediately said,
Bridget
"Bridge to
Terabithia.
Terabithia." Like, you guys are putting trauma on
Yeah.
these kids. Like, my God.
Yeah. It was such a great movie. Last night on our drafts, one of the topics was trigger a fan base with one sentence. And Harvey just came out with, "Where's his glasses?" We're all like, no.
Oh, just yeah.
So,
Ugh.
okay. So sorry for cheating, but I had to do that and we can move on now. To number
That's good.
3, Taylor.
My number 3 is Best Man.
That's a
That
good one
is,
too.
I struggle between Best Man and Best Man Holiday, but I mean, Best Man Holiday, I'm not gonna lie, I was like not for it at first. I was like,
Oh, I
nobody
like
wants
it.
this. 10, 12 years later, however long, I saw it in a theater and boo-hoo cried like a baby. Like, it just,
So did my mom. I took my mom to see
oh my,
it. Started crying at the end. Man, all on my shoulder. Like, get off me.
it was literally, it was me, my best friend, my best friend's mom. On the other side of my best friend's mom is some lady that did not come to the movies with us, but she happened to have enough tissue for us. So she
Oh,
just like passed it down and we're like,
that's so
like it's,
nice.
I cry every, so that's on my, I have a, at Christmas, so Christmas is my favorite holiday, and we do specific things and we watch specific movies, and
Mhm.
I only watch Best Man Holiday at Christmas time, and I
Me
cry
too.
every year. I know what's going to happen. I still cry, and I stand 10 toes down on the sentiment of my next husband. If he is not falling to his knees and sucking in air like Morris Chestnut was at his woman's grave, push him in.
Yep.
Push him in.
Don't even want to.
Because what do you mean you're not at the side of my grave and your man's got to come get you and hold you up because you had, push him in. Push him in. But Best Man, I decided on the first one.
Okay.
Because it was just, they're all great. They're just, it's so good.
Yeah.
Even Morris Chestnut dangling Tay Diggs over that
Mhm.
railing, and Terrence Howard coming and being like all smooth. You don't want to do that.
Morris
You don't
Chestnut
want
can
to do that.
dangle me in any way he wants to.
Best Man Morris Chestnut, absolutely,
Um,
absolutely, yes. That is his peak. Peak
yeah.
Morris Chestnut is Best Man. That's
I don't know. He's he's really really hot in um oh crap, what's that movie with that girl that or that Harvey loves so much? I can never say her name. Sinai whatever.
Sanaa
But
Lathan.
yes, The Perfect Guy. He is hot in
Oh,
The
where
Perfect
Michael
Guy.
Ealy is tripping.
Yeah.
He's wilding in that movie.
I feel bad because Michael
But Marky
Ealy always
Wild
plays
in
someone
most
creepy.
movies, though. Like, he always played that handsome, creepy guy, which
Well, it
It's the
wasn't like
eyes.
that at first. Like Barbershop, he wasn't creepy, but then and
he
for
was
Color Girls,
a guy. Oh,
Color Girls, he took a turn.
for Color Girls, he'll me rumble. Like, if I ever see Mark Ely get a fight me, he got
I was like,
fight
yo,
me.
I've only seen that movie one time all the way through, and I was like, I bet you I won't watch this again. Cause what
Mark,
do you mean?
Mark
He
Ely had
what?
to hear me a fate. Like for that one scene, cool everything else, but for that one scene, get to hear me a fate.
He was tripping. I didn't know anything about For Color Girls. Halfway through, I don't like a bunch of monologuing as it is. So halfway through, I was like, what is this? That scene, I was like, turn it off, turn it off, turn it off. What is this? I bet you I won't watch it again. That's what I know. But yeah, Best Man, again, another movie that came out, I was probably like 6. Like, but me and my
Nice.
dad, that was our thing. Like, we watched movies and he would just cover my eyes during, parts that I didn't
Aw.
need to see. I watched a lot of movies I probably had no business watching as young as I did, but
Oh
it
yeah,
was
me
just,
too.
it's so good. And now I feel like I can, even at my 32 years of age now, I'm like, but these are friends. Like you
Mhm.
did this, you kept it a secret. My man was getting ready to throw you off that building. And that's how friendship is. Now, I don't know if you go back to being friends after that, like all of that electric sliding at the wedding. I don't know if that happens in real life,
Yeah.
but him dangling you off the side of that building makes perfect sense to me.
Yeah. I think that was the first movie where I was like, black people do the electric slide? Like I had no idea.
All the time to
Right.
anything we
Every
can make it fit
single
in.
thing. There's 3 songs you do electric slide to: the electric slide, Before I Let
Candy.
Go, and Candy.
Yeah.
Those 3 songs.
Before I let go. So, fun fact about me, I actually really hate line dancing. Hate it. I hate it. When I, again, get
I
married,
used to love
there
it.
will be the only dance allowed is the electric slide, but it's only because I want to hear Candy by Cameo. I love that song. That is the only, but you can take your Cupid shuffle, your biker shuffle, your wobble, leave it off. I don't want it. I don't want it. But I will allow the electric slide only because I want to hear Cameo because I was not even born when that song was popular, but here we are.
Right? we had the Cupid shuffle and the wobble at my wedding, and I wasn't in control of that. Like the DJ planning music took most of my wedding. Like of my time planning my wedding was music over anything else. But I also gave him free reign to like just play some party tunes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's what happens when you have it doesn't matter what the event is, you're going to slide some line dancing. But for me, it kind of like takes over, and I don't like that. Like I don't want 12 minutes of line dancing because at some point I'm gonna be pissed off. Like I don't want to electric slide, then cha-cha slide, then Cupid shuffle, then wobble.
Yeah.
I don't want to do
I
that.
hate the cha-cha slide. I hate that song so fucking much.
I don't want that. I don't want 12 straight minutes of lined up dancing. I also have now discovered that everybody doesn't even do the wobble the same. That's like a regional thing. So yeah, just leave me out of all of it.
All right. Well, good to know
where I'm at.
all right.
All right, Dre.
Dre, what's your number 3?
All right, so my number 3 is, I keep saying only 2 movies made me cry. This movie actually made me cry before, and it's The Fallout.
Oh, damn! You went there.
There you go. The Fallout is
my feelings.
If you haven't watched The Fallout, you definitely should. It's about the survivors, what survivors go through of school shootings.
Yeah.
And that shit is
it's about trauma bonding.
Oh my God, it's hard. And she becomes friends with a lot of people during the movie, and the ending is so fucking sad, and it's such a good movie. What's her name?
Ortega.
Jenna Ortega is the lead in the
Oh, from Wednesday.
Yeah.
Who phenomenal.
Yeah,
phenomenal.
Wednesday.
She did. Interesting. The Fallout. That's what it's called.
Fallout. I mean, again, you listen. You
will cry.
Hug my stepson so hard. Like, oh my goodness, she was so fucking
As a
sad.
parent, it oh God. Like we are already aware of that and cognizant of that whole thing anyway. And your kids are still little, but doesn't mean, anyway, we don't.
But they know. I mean, I remember my daughter she's in 3rd grade now. Maybe when she was in 1st grade, it may have been preschool. It was preschool or 1st grade because she did kindergarten virtually. She was telling me, she came home and she was like, we did a drill, and her teacher warned us, but the drill was like as many of them to fit in the bathroom that was in the classroom as possible and just be very quiet. Again, I keep saying I'm not that old, and I'm really not, but like,
you're not.
I was old enough to remember, like I'm old enough to remember Columbine, like actually remember it and like know it and know what happened. And then of course everything that happened subsequently after. And I never thought about that as being a parent until obviously I became a parent that now have kids that go to school. And it's hard to watch stuff sometimes because it's just
it's hard. Luckily, the school shooting part of it is very small because the movie is really about what happens after. It's about it's basically about trauma bonding.
The school shooting part is small. However, though, at one part is powerful. I will say that.
Yeah.
do
I,
see
And
I
it.
hold my breath.
there's a lot of things like that. Like, did you guys watch 13 Reasons Why when it was out? Like, it's
I
off now,
tried.
but
I gave up on it. It was too much.
it's it's a lot. Like, it is a lot. And I'm just like, this is what kids like I have nieces and nephews that are like, 14, 13, 14, 15, and I'm like, bro,
Yeah.
like I thought me breaking up with my football boyfriend was like the end of
Right?
life, but now
Yeah.
y'all can't even take two steps without being on Instagram or Twitter or something, and
Yeah.
whatever, don't dare have a booger in your nose, because my God, like,
Yeah. Social media is, I don't know. It's one of those
it's
things.
it
It's
is like
good and
I
bad,
teach
but
I teach a high school class. I teach a class at a high school
oh,
to
nice.
athletes about like etiquette and stuff. So I tell people, by trade, I'm a recruiter. So we talk about networking and etiquette, and I'm like, the society that you guys live in, of like, look at me, I'm an influencer, whatever. Like, that's crazy. Make it private. But everybody don't need to see that. Like, you just,
Right.
whatever you're doing, just chill out, because it's to look at me, look at what I'm doing, whatever.
It's
And,
very pick me.
one thing my grandma told me a long time ago, I might have been like 10, was opinions are like assholes and everybody has one.
Yeah.
And yours is not special.
Salt and
Like,
pepper told
just
me that, but
like, everybody has one, and
yeah.
it's not special. So
Do you like to read very much?
love to read.
Okay.
Love to read.
There is a book, and I am co-host of another show where we do book reviews called Literature Reapers. But we just covered the book 19 Minutes by Jodi Holt, and it is about a school shooting and the aftermath, and it tells it from like 5 different perspectives. So you
Oh,
get
I love books like that. Every chapter is a
yeah,
different character. I love
yes.
books like that.
So I highly recommend that book to anybody who will listen, and I
19
honestly wish
minutes. I'm
they would
writing
make
it
it
down.
required reading. But anyway.
Well, I read a book. It's called, if you haven't already, it's called Monday's Not Coming. I think technically it's a young adult novel, technically, but it's about a girl, a young teenage Black girl who her best friend is like missing, and she's like trying to, like, everybody, and this is not a spoiler because it's literally in the synopsis, everybody's acting real nonchalant about this girl missing. So the entirety of the book is the best friend like trying to find her friend. The friend's name is Monday. So she's like trying
Okay.
to find it. But I said all that to say, they're trying, not this pacifier.
Sorry, I'm laughing at Dre with Sasha's
I see
pacifier in
him.
his mouth.
But they're trying to ban Monday's Not Coming from like reading, and I'm just like, there is some like heavy stuff in it, but it's like, I just very much, again, I have 2 small children. Both of my kids are under 10, and I am still very such is life with them. Like, there are things where I say, like, I'll tell you when you're older.
Yeah.
But they're like, my kids have been to, in their short amount of life, quite a few funerals, because I have old grandparents, and like, it's not anybody young at their level, but I think we went to 3 funerals just in the last like 6 months.
Oh
They
gosh.
understand death very well,
Yeah.
as 8 and 6-year-olds, but I can't shield them from that. Death is a part of life, unfortunately, and I do my best to try to talk with them about different things, and explain it as best as I can to 2 children under 10, and
That's hard.
what have
So
you.
hard.
But it's definitely, I'm like, whew, like, I just did not have these problems growing up, and it's so crazy now. So
Yeah,
all right,
it's way different.
get away from the trauma.
Okay. Well, we'll go to my number 3 because it's not a trauma movie; it's a happy movie. So
Great.
we'll bring the mood back up. My number 3 is Romeo and Michelle's high school reunion.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one. I invented Post-its.
Yes.
I can't use a Post-it without thinking of that.
I know, me either. It's just such a great movie, and I love, it has a good message, because I definitely like the part where, Michelle's kind of like, Romy's so obsessed with showing themselves, showing up these people that tormented her in high school. And Michelle's just kind of like, I thought we had a lot of fun in high school. I thought, I until you told me our lives weren't good enough, I thought everything since high school has been great. Like, stop being such a baby.
Yeah.
But also, I get it, and I like the message of, um, just like, oh, what did she say to Heather? Something Heather was like, oh, I didn't make anybody's life miserable, and she's like, I bet that's not true. You were very, I can't remember what the word she uses, but it was really like everybody is the villain in someone's story is kind of what you
Yeah.
get from that. So that movie was
Yeah.
hilarious.
Yeah. It's so good. And then of course you like can't hear time after time without
Oh,
being
of
like
course, Sasha. Yeah, time after time will always, take me right to that scene. So
so good.
love it.
So good. Awesome. Love that. That's a good one. I haven't seen it in a really long time, but that is a good one.
We just reviewed it on an evening at the movies, so I watched it again recently, but I've seen it so many times, like I didn't even need a rewatch. I just wanted it.
Yeah, I get it.
It's just a feel-good movie to me. Like I really love it, and I think it's very quotable. So, is that an earthquake? No, it's Ramon.
It is. It's so good. I haven't seen it. I have to put that on my rewatch list. Now that I, of course, like as I try to find movies for the game, I'm like rewatching a lot of like different things. And I'm like, I actually forgot how.
You need to do one with I am America and you are Columbus. Discover me, Ramon. Just discover me.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, I forgot about this quote. Like the starter pack was easy because I was like, I'm just gonna go to like my Rolodex of like most days. But the sequel pack, I had to really dig deep. Like,
do you have any Clue quotes in either?
I don't, and I love Clue. I will. That is I love Clue, but it'll make it. We're gonna have more packs that come out. My kids are like all
Clue cards.
They're all pissed off because of like when I originally made the game and I like told my kids like, oh, mommy's making a game, blah blah blah, and they're like, can we play it? I'm like, I mean, you can,
but you're not gonna be good.
But like, you're not really gonna know the movies. And he was 5 at the time. My Virgo child looked me dead in my pupils and was like, well, why didn't you make a kid one? And I was like, you're right, I'm wrong.
There's an
You're
idea.
right. I'm wrong. You're right. So then when I made the sequel pack, they're like, is that the one for us? No. Well, why not? Hey,
are you paying the bills or
like do your friends have $20? I don't think so. So you're gonna have to wait. You might be like pack 5. So chill out. Like you're not going anywhere. I promise. Like, but yeah,
as they get older, you'll have more content to choose from. So.
Right. Because I mean, listen, I absolutely had those kids that so like that movie Sing with Matthew McConaughey, like that came out when my daughter was maybe like 2. But she, she's just going with whatever her favorite character is. So I would have to drop her off at like my dad's. And I'm like, if she says she wants to watch Johnny, she wants to watch Sing. If she says I want to watch Poppy, she wants to watch Trolls. Like you gotta figure out the code. So I'm like, you don't even know what you're talking about. Like the only things my kids can name quotes are like from the Goofy movie because like I watch that a lot because I'm actually a child on the inside.
Oh my god, you and Kendra are gonna get along so well. It's like her favorite.
I am the worst. I do watch a lot of kid movies. I'm not gonna lie. like
nothing wrong with that. There's a lot of them that my husband and I like that, our daughter's 19 now, so she's not as much into that stuff, but we'll still watch like Despicable Me and Megamind. Megamind's one of our favorites.
Love Despicable Me. Despicable Me came out. I was in college and I went to the theater 2 times to watch it. With the same group of people 2 times. Toy Story 3 came out. I'll never forget this as long as I live. Toy Story 3 came out on June the 18th, 2010. It was the year that I turned 19 and I had just finished my freshman year of college. And I was like, well, this movie's for me. And I took myself to a 10 p.m. showing of Toy Story 3 and I turned 19. My birthday's June the 19th. I turned 19 in Toy Story 3 and I have no regrets.
Yeah, that was one of those movies where I took my daughter to see it and you could hear all the sniffling. And she's like, Mom, why are you crying? And I'm like, you'll get it someday. Okay, I have a tissue.
One day. Toy Story 4, so my kids my son might have been 2. My daughter was maybe like 4 or something like that. And I was still married at the time. And their dad he could care less to watch a movie. Like, he could care less. But I'm like, no, we're going to take the kids.
Sorry.
If we're divorced now, so figure that one out. We took the kids, and he's like, whatever. But now I'm at the end of the movie, like, crying, and he looks over and he goes, "Are you crying? Mind your business."
Yeah.
Like, this, I'm not here for them. I am here for me.
Yeah.
And like losing it in this movie theater. Like, Woody gave up his kid, and oh my God, I lost it.
Oh, such a good one though.
Oh,
okay.
man.
Well, let's I'll rein us back in again. We're having so much fun. What are we at? Number 2, Taylor?
Number 2.
Okay.
My number 2 is Hangover.
Oh, I didn't even think of that.
Hangover.
I mentioned.
How did I not even think of that?
I don't
now
know,
I'm
but
disappointed in myself.
Ed Helms again.
Yep.
Ed Helms,
The
a
three
good
best
Bradley
friends
Cooper.
one could have.
I love it. It's the whole thing is just, it's just so good. I remember seeing that in the movie theater with like my best friend's mom, and I was like, did you know there was this one's cussing in this movie? Because we were like 16 maybe, and we were like, yikes. But so good.
To me, again, it's one of those scenarios where it's like, you're not staying friends in real life after this. Like, at least not with Alan. Like, he drugged them. Like in the second one where he's like, do you see that? That's a napkin over my orange juice, so nobody roofies me.
I mean, they try to stay away from him in Hangover 2 and 3. They definitely did try to stay away.
Yeah.
There. Sucks them back in.
The
Hangover is great.
Hangover. I love it.
Choice. I completely forgot about that. There's even a song about how they're best friends.
3 best friends that
one man wolf pack.
There's 3 best friends.
I sing that Tiger song all the time. What the tigers dream of. I love how Ed Helms sings all the time. It cracks me up.
Yeah, him sing. I mean, The Office. Again, I'm on that Office rewatch, and I'm just like,
in her Catwoman suit.
break me off a piece of that Fancy Feast. I lost it.
Yes,
break me off a piece of that Fancy Feast. Like, that's it. It's cat food. Like, what?
They're all so catchy. Okay, Dre, what do you have for number 2?
All right, so my number 2 is a movie that came out when I graduated high school, and that is Superbad.
Oh, yes. That's my honorable mention. I teetered.
Oh my goodness,
that's a good one.
Such a funny movie. It wasn't critically acclaimed when it first came out, but now it's such a good. And I forgot who was bagging on Michael Cera, but Michael Cera to me can damn near do anything.
I love Michael Cera.
I love Michael Cera.
Oh, Michael Cera.
He was great in the Barbie movie.
Oh my gosh, so good. Because you know why? Because he was who he was. And that's always he's always just who he is. Like, that's just it. And that's why I really like Jason Bateman, because it's like, you're the same dude every time. And I love that about you.
Yeah.
Just monotone, sarcasm. My favorite in Identity Thief, when she's like, I'm gonna have the ribs and the steak, and the fuck you will.
I will say in Ozark, he's a little bit of a different guy, but
a little bit. I will say, but also I didn't enjoy Ozark that much. I probably didn't give it a fair chance, because I went into it like, I love Jason Bateman, and Jason Bateman is this guy, and then he wasn't, and I was like, But also, there were quite a few drug dealer shows on around that time, and I was like, I'm already watching drugs on Power. I don't really need to watch it over here on Netflix. Yeah.
I think my favorite of him, I mean, besides Horrible Bosses, is that movie he did with Ryan Reynolds. I can't remember the name of it, but it's
The Change Up.
The Change Up, where it's Jason Bateman as Ryan Reynolds. Switch Up. I think maybe
something like
I don't
that,
know,
where
but
Jason Bateman's married to Leslie Mann. That one,
yes, yes.
it's something like that. The
And
change
they
up or the
switch
switch up or
personalities.
something.
And so
Yep,
it's Jason Bateman acting like Ryan Reynolds.
Ryan
Vice
Reynolds,
versa. It's
my
amazing.
favorite. When he tells his little girl, and she flips her over that thing, like, love it. I love it. That is a good one.
My brain went dark because they actually was in another movie together. They was in Smoking Aces.
Oh, I forgot
yeah,
about
I forgot
Smoking
about that.
Aces.
Yeah, as well. So
I forgot about Smoking Aces. Yeah. I forgot about that one. Yeah, the change up is or whatever that movie is. I think it's called the
change
change
up,
up.
switch ups. I think it's change
Something
up.
like that. That one is good. My favorite Jason Bateman, I think it's Identity Thief. I think it's Identity
We may have to do a
Thief.
top 5 Jason Bateman movies.
I do, but I do really enjoy him because he's just so, and it's comedy every time. I don't care. Just Bueller comedy.
Does your number 1 also include Michael Cera and Jason Bateman?
it does not.
Oh, I am surprised. Okay. I thought for sure Juno was your number 1.
So here's the more.
I forgot about Juno. He is in Juno. I haven't seen that movie in so long. I love that movie.
I personally love Juno.
Yeah, I love Juno
so much. However, I don't think Juno is a friendship movie because they actually get together. They were.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah,
I'll stay away from Juno for this one.
Okay. I do love Juno. Juno is good. It's really good. It's so good. Yeah, but I found I like a good dry humor. That's the thing. Mm-hmm. Like I like, and that's probably again, Dre. I cannot implore you enough to watch Ted Lasso. Like just the jokes. I know.
Oh, they're great. They're so cheesy. They're great.
My favorite Ted Lasso joke, and it's hard to pick one, but the one that absolutely sent me was I like my water like Kyrie likes his earth. Flat. Oh my god!
And they're all so smooth like that, where you barely catch it.
You have to be paying attention. But when he said that, I had to pause it because I couldn't catch my breath. That was the funniest thing I had ever heard in my life. I think the only other time I can think of, which back to Jason Bateman in Bad Words, when he calls that little boy chai latte at the end, I was like, wait. Oh, Jason Bateman is just so good.
He's top tier.
So good.
I think Horrible Bosses is probably my favorite, but I also love Jason Sudeikis. A quote that we say all the time in our house. I'm going to bend her over a barrel and show her the 50 states. What? It's a saying. People say it. And I love. Nice job fucking the crazy out of her.
Jason Sudeikis. It's like it's hard to take him out of Ted Lasso now, but my favorite Sudeikis is We're the Millers.
Me too. Yeah, We're the Millers.
We're the Millers is just, and I just.
No regrets? Not even one letter?
Not even one letter. Like just, or him saying when she was, oh, it's LeBron because my wife likes prima donnas that think they're as good as Jordan.
Yeah.
Like, what? Like, just, oh, so good. Sudeikis, I love him. Yeah, I love him so much. So much.
Okay. Right. We're on 2, right?
Number 2. Yep.
Okay. All right. My number 2 is a comedy. And speaking of Ryan Reynolds, this is a Ryan Reynolds comedy. One of my favorite movies that I only watch at the holidays, Just Friends.
Ooh, that's a good one.
And yes, they get together, but I still, obviously it's about unrequited love, but I still think it's just, I don't know. I love Just Friends. I like the friendship with his friends that he reconnects with, and then also with her, Jamie, and I don't know. Just Friends is one of my all-time favorite movies.
Yeah. Did we skip Dre? Did Dre say number 2?
Yeah, didn't he?
I don't know.
Superbad.
Yeah, Superbad.
Oh, Superbad. You're right. You're right. I'm wrong. Okay. We got all over the place. I was like,
Michael Cera, and that led us to a whole other.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Okay, Just Friends. That's a good one. I haven't seen that one in a long time.
I love that movie. Another quote that we're always, and people don't get it because it could be from anything, but you have to say it the right way. But where they're at the bar and Anna Faris is like yelling at him, Chris, Chris, and he's like, I'm busy. We say that all the time. We're just like, I'm busy.
That's a good one.
I
Anna
love
Faris
her.
she had a good run.
Yeah.
She had a
Well,
really good
now
run.
she's raising a physically challenged child without
Yeah.
Chris Pratt. That Chris Pratt broke my heart. That
The
dick.
worst of the Chris's.
Yeah. He is the worst Chris. And it bums me out because he's so funny and I like his
Yes.
movies, but yeah, he's a trash human.
Yeah, Chris, the worst of the
Sorry.
Chris's.
Yeah.
And can we talk about Chris Evans being like, I don't want to act that much anymore? Also, like, you just like ran off and got married. How dare you?
Right?
How dare you?
I love him in Knives Out. That is like the perfect.
So
that is the
good.
Perfect. Like, that's how I picture Chris Evans in real life. I don't picture him like, what is he? He plays Superman, right?
Captain America.
Or Captain America. Yeah, sorry. But him in Knives Out, like, if I could have any version of Chris Evans, that's the one I want. Minus the murder. But
Knives Out was such an underrated,
so good.
Oh my God, so good.
But not another teen movie. Chris Evans is still probably the best.
Oh, that's a good one. That is a good one.
I
feel like he does well, and there's not a role of his that I don't enjoy. Because like he was good in Fantastic Four, and I feel like he was good in The Losers? It's something with like Jeffrey Dean Morgan, and is it The Losers? Yeah. He was super good in that. That's the one you've probably seen this clip. He's like in an elevator, like singing something, and then he gets out and he's like, but like whole time it's like somebody like a sniper.
Yeah, that movie is came out at the same time that the remake of the A-Team came out.
First of all, let me tell you something. I would die on this hill. A-Team was extremely well casted. That is a phenomenal movie, and it deserved a sequel. And I will die on that hill.
Oh man, talk about triggering people. Jesus,
yeah,
we are disagreeing on that one.
Oh my God,
it was fine to me.
Nope. I wasn't even a big fan of Losers, actually. Kind of truth. But the A-Team was the worst out of the two. Was the worst out of the two.
I loved it.
Sorry you did, but yeah, I did. No.
I loved A-Team. The Losers was fine. I definitely didn't. I haven't seen that as many times as I have seen the A-Team, but I quite enjoyed the A-Team. I said what I said. I said what I said.
And you said it was good casting because
I thought it was very well casted.
The guy who took what's the MMA fighter was horrible at being Mr. T.
I thought, but who would have been better? You can't say.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't think he was bad.
Anybody else?
Not literally anybody else.
I can't think of anybody that was good at that time. I can't think of another person who at that time was famous, maybe, or could have done it. Maybe I can't even think of anybody now. Why are you saying that? I ain't saying he had the best acting, but I thought it hit. I thought it was very well cast. And I'll tell you who I could have done without was Jessica Biel, but I just don't enjoy her in a general sense.
Yeah, so, I don't really either. I don't really either. There was a movie with Chris Evans, and I haven't seen it, but I've seen clips of it. And crap, I can't remember the name of it. But it was a serious drama. Like he is, I think, a stepdad to a kid who is accused of murder.
Oh no, that's a show. It's called Defending Jacob, and it's a wonderful show. And it's on Apple TV. And they have not given. I don't know if because it came out in like 2020. It's so good, and that was why I got Apple TV to begin with. So what it is,
I really want to watch it.
He's a DA he's a lawyer, and his son is accused of murder.
What's his actual son, not a stepson?
His actual son.
Oh, okay.
He's accused of murdering like a classmate. He has a classmate die, and they think it's him because of a bunch of stuff. And then but I really think he's a DA. So like in essence, he should be defending. I forget whatever it is. He shouldn't be defending the son, but because it's his son, he's like, nah, like that's my kid, and it's trying to. but it's so good.
Okay,
But it
I'll
only
watch
had one season, and I don't know if it never got picked back up. But I know it premiered in 2020, so it was during
Okay.
that whole "what are we gonna do because of COVID" situation. It
Right.
was a really good
And
show,
now the
though. I
writer's
would
strike.
definitely say, yeah,
Okay.
yeah. God, yeah, that's a different thing.
Yeah. Well, we're down to number one, and I'm actually going to let Dre go first because I think he has to bounce soon. We've been talking a lot, which I freaking love, but I know some of us are on schedules. So I'm going to let Dre go first with his number one, and that way he can kind of bounce out whenever and we can do our thing. So, what do you got,
Cool.
Dre? I'm excited.
I'm sorry, I do gotta go to work, and my phone's 7%. Well, I work from home, so I do gotta finish work. Let's say that. But
Okay.
So my number one is a black staple. Like if you live in a black home, you should have at least watched this at least once. It's The Five Heartbeats.
Oh, yes.
Oh, that's a good one.
The Five Heartbeats is legitimately in my top 5 movies of all time.
That's
Yeah.
a good. I didn't equate that back to friendship. That's a good
I didn't
one.
either.
That's a good one.
Yes. We loved Five Heartbeats so much in my house that my mom nicknamed me and my brother JT and Duck.
Oh, I love that.
So we love the Five Heartbeats. I love the Five Heartbeats. It's a really, really one. I mean, people get the Five Heartbeats and the Temptations miniseries mixed up. It's not the same thing.
I love the
not even close.
Temptations one.
Yes. The Five Heartbeats is based. It's loosely. It's not a biopic either, but it's loosely based off of the Dells.
Yeah.
So just let everybody
Yep,
know.
I've heard that.
And it's just such a good movie. And shout out to Robert Townsend because it's such a good movie.
I
Day
didn't
one.
think of that. Yeah, that's a good choice.
I didn't think about that as it related to friendship. That's a good one. That's a good pick.
Yeah. Very nice. Very nice.
I like it.
Well, Dre, do we need to go ahead and let you go? You want to promote the shows real quick?
Yeah. Yeah. Sorry, I have our mentions as well, but I'll just say.
Okay. Well,
I'll send you just in case one of your mentions is.
Yeah, just message me and I'll read them out.
But I'm a host of Masturbators debate show by doing brackets and tournaments. I would love to. I've told Taylor she can come anytime she wants to do whatever bracket she wants to do. Just let me know. I can do
a whole list of brackets.
anytime. And then we have the I Can't Make These Rankings podcast network drafts. We go live every Tuesday and they come out every Friday. And then yeah. Oh, and if anybody here listens to the show or supports the show, thank you again for having me in the finals for the best black host for the People's Choice Awards. We find that out in the end of September. A week or two from now. And I mean, third time the charm. So
yeah, I'd say third year in a row.
Third year in a row in the finals. So third time.
Oh, that's great. That's dope. I love that for you.
Thank you. However, though, this was fun. I'm sorry that I gotta work.
It's okay.
And deal with this kid, but I love the show. Talk to you guys soon, Taylor. I'll talk to you soon.
Let me know what you give me. Amanda gave me a list. Like you pick which one you want to do. You give me a list. I'm in there.
You have. I don't pick it. You have to pick your own because I
can do that.
You need to know which brackets you have, though.
Yeah. So she gave me the list of ones that haven't been done.
Haven't been done.
Yeah. So I picked. So what happened was I picked something, and she was like, "Oh, I actually already did that one." So here's ones I haven't done yet. Like which ones would you? So whatever works for you, you let me know.
I'm in Dre, he has a whole list of brackets that he has created, and so you can do any of those.
You can do any of those.
Okay.
I'm just gonna send you a list, and then you just set something up.
All right. Bet. I'm in there.
See y'all later.
All right.
Bye, Dre.
Bye. Love you. Bye. We're definitely gonna get you on a draft too, because I think you'd have a lot of fun with that.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, sorry Dre had to bounce, but we're having fun, and so you know what? That's always the point.
That's all that matters.
Yay. All right. What is your number one?
My number one is Mean Girls.
Oh, okay.
That was my
frenemy
one.
movie.
it literally is. But like when I thought about it, I'm like, okay, you have Regina and Karen and Gretchen. They are friends now. Whatever that dynamic is, they are friends. And then you have Damien and Janice. They are friends.
Yes.
Like, and then you have like Katie becomes friends with all of them and everybody, like, kind of whatever. But I'm like, there's so many dynamics of friends in this movie, because then you have that whole cafeteria scene of like, you have your jocks and you have your black hotties and your Asian nerds and your band. Like, I'm like, there's
got your Asian nerds and your cool Asians.
Your cool Asians, sexually active band geeks.
Yes.
Like,
there was
so many dynamics of friends. But that movie,
so quotable.
Like,
oh my God.
So quotable. Like, just first of all, I say for no reason at all, at least twice a week, she doesn't even go here for no reason.
Or
like, just
you go Glen Coco. 3 for you, Glen Coco.
You go Glen Coco. 4 for you, Glen Coco.
Or 4,
you go Glen Coco.
That's why our hair's so big. It's full of secrets.
It's full of secrets.
Is butter a carb? Would you like me to find someone to butter your muffin?
Like, it's just so just I want my picture back. I want my picture back. Like, just
yes.
So
I actually have a coffee mug that says fetch.
Fetch. That's so fetch. What is fetch? Just the whole thing. Just, oh no, she did not. Like, just it's so good.
I think the most random one that I say, like, you like, just randomly, she doesn't even go here. Anytime I can say this one, I don't know why, even if it doesn't apply, but I'll be like, I don't think my father, the inventor of toaster strudel, would be too pleased to hear about this.
Oh, you know what? When I do say in context a lot, I'm not like a regular mom. I'm a cool mom.
All the time. I say that to my daughter, and she's like, okay. But I am a cool mom. Like,
I am a cool mom.
I
tell people I'm the most unserious adult ever in life. Like, I told you, I teach that class at a high school. I pull up to the high school, like, blasting Beyonce, and then I get out with my dress pants and my Nikes on. Like, I don't care. Like, I'm just like...
Well, I'm like 11, 12 years older than you, but my friend and I, we're Gen X. We're like young Gen X, not like, the older ones, but we were talking about this. We're like, it's so weird, because I'm sure our parents thought they were kind of cool, but I was like, we are cool. Like, our kids are lucky to have cool parents, and we're going to be the coolest fucking grandparents. Like, it's just, I mean, when my mom was my age, she was just like an old fuddy-duddy. And I'm like,
I tell people all the time. So
I feel like I'm 19 in my brain.
I'm not an adult. I tell people that all the time. When I look at myself or look at like my friends, I don't see adults. Like, my best friend, I have 3 best friends, but my one, since we were 15, we have been friends. And she's a mom. She has 2 kids. She has a good job. She's married. She owns a house. And I'm like, bitch, when I see you, I don't see adult.
Right.
I see a 16-year-old doing hood rat shit in a Highlander, because that's what we were doing. Like, I don't see adult. Like, I don't look at myself
club when we were in our 20s, like dancing on bars and shit.
Again, I have like 30 pairs of Nikes in my closet right now. Nice. Like, I have a sneaker fetish. I am t-shirt queen. Like, it's very rare you see me in a repeat shirt.
I have a stuffed penis. That's how adult I am.
My kids were listening to Beyonce. I had a Chris Brown day the other day. Like, it's a funny story. I had a family reunion a couple weeks back, and my mom was there. Was down here in Charlotte, and my whole family was here. My mom, we're at some party, some family party. This Is How We Do It came on. Now, mind you, I was like 1 when that song came out. It's my favorite song. And me and my daughter's like, come on, because I play that song 3 times a week. My daughter knows. So me and my daughter are dancing, and my mom's like, is she singing the words? Yes, because in my house, 3 times a week, we play This Is How We Do It, Return of the Mac,
like we're raising
and
our kids
Rhapsody.
Right.
Raising
awesome.
These kids right. They know Bohemian Rhapsody. They don't know what they saying, but they know the song.
Yeah. Then you gotta show them Wayne's World so they know to do.
Yes, like Literally, they are. I don't even know if my kids know current music unless they heard it on Kids Bop, and they only play Kids Bop in their bathroom because I refuse. I refuse.
The only current music I listen to is when I'm in my car. I listen to Alt Nation on XM because I like alternative, but
Yeah.
I really don't listen to
Nope.
new music unless I see it on TikTok and I'm like, oh, that's
On TikTok.
Cool. I'm strictly
TikTok.
in the 80s and 90s mostly.
TikTok is the only way. I just discovered in the last like couple of months this guy. He's called his name is Pink Sweats. Really love him. Very mellow and chill. He does not look at all what I thought that he looked like. Like I was thinking like a tall, slender guy. He's not tall. He's not slender at all, but he sings quite well. He has just a very light voice for like his body. And I was like, huh, that's you. Got it. But I listen. So fun fact about me, and we could have a whole nother episode about this. But at some point I have to feed these kids. But I actually went on, you ever heard of
expect to be fed?
Yeah, I know, right? Leftovers at that.
I was like, we have to feed them every day?
Every day? It's ridiculous. Have you ever heard of that show Beat Shazam?
Yes. I could so win that show.
Well, so I went on that show. I did. It was last season 5.
That's amazing.
I think it's episode 5. I know it's on Hulu. It might be episode 5.
I'm gonna find it. I'm gonna watch it.
Go ahead. It's on Hulu. Feel free to send me messages or whatever. But me and my best friend went on that show. That's awesome. Actually funny enough. That's how I came up with the idea for Quote Me. We went on the show. And of course, we had to do the whole, hey, everybody, we went on a game show situation. And I was just like, there's all these music shows out here. Like, why is there not a show for movie quotes? Why is there not a game for this? And my best friend said, do you
remember that they had Rock and Roll Jeopardy? And I was like, you may not, because that was when you were little.
No, but I remember.
Like, they have Rock and Roll Jeopardy. Why can we not get a movie trivia Jeopardy?
Yeah.
Like I would be the Ken Jennings of that shit.
But then it was like, what happened was I was watching Netflix and I just turned, so my advice is like cooking shows because I don't have to look at them. So I'll just turn them on for noise. Like I don't have to really watch it because y'all getting ready to tell me how you fucked up the couscous or whatever. Yeah, risotto. That was what I was really thinking. We watched a lot of Gordon Ramsay in this house. My kids know Gordon Ramsay. They love him.
I would do dirty things to him.
I love Gordon Ramsay. But anyway, so I was watching that show. It's a show on Netflix. It's called Snack versus Chef. Oh, and it's bullshit, honestly. Okay. But they get these chefs and they pick something out of a vending machine, like fruit roll-ups, Oreos, and they basically have to remake it on their own, without a recipe. And I was just like,
it's a deconstructed Oreo. It's an Oreo, and the tops are laying on the side.
You have to get as close as possible to the actual. It's like Doritos. I think one of them was Fruit by the Foot. I know for sure one of them was Oreos. And they're like, we're not going to give you the recipe. You have to figure out how to make an Oreo on your own. Blah blah blah. And I'm like, this is the stupidest shit ever. And I sat and watched all 10 episodes of it. Of course. But I'm like, Netflix just be putting shows on. Who can I talk to at Netflix? Give me a show. And then my best friend said the worst 2 words you could ever say, 3 words to me, which is you do it. And I promise you I haven't slept since November because that was how Quote Me became a thing.
This would be a fun game show though. You should really pitch it to somebody.
But I was like, let me get it out first and get my name behind it. And then I can go to somebody's TV show and be like,
crazy how there's not anything like that. For real.
There's not, but it would do so well. I can see it
love movies.
I can see it in my head. You just give them the scene and it's muted and you have to put the line in there. And for some reason, what pops in my head every time I say that is Marv walking into he opens the door and he goes, Harry, I'm coming in. And that's just show. I don't know why. That's always the scene. That's always my example.
That's hilarious.
Just show somebody that scene muted and be like, what did he say? Yeah. And that's your game. That's it.
That would be great.
My God.
Okay, well, you are onto something here, and I need to be a part of it, or at least be in the background, cheering you on, because I have always said that. Why is there not a movie trivia game show?
Why is there not? we quote, and again, I quote song lyrics. My favorite thing, I don't want to say the Amazon thing's name because there's one right here and she'll get to talking to me. But like, as I have conversations with my friend, I'd be like, Amazon thing, play something like as
Right.
it relates to the conversation. Like, yes, and again, I went on a music game show. I
How
didn't
did you
listen to
do?
music. Um, I didn't lose. Watch it. Go watch it.
Okay, I will.
Yeah,
I'm
go watch
going
it.
to as soon as we're done. I have
It's
wanted
such
to
a
be on
funny.
that show forever.
It's hilarious. It was like it was on my bucket list to go on a game show. Like I didn't really care which one it was. It just
Yeah.
happened to be that one, but it is. I tell people I had a great experience. It was great. Jamie Foxx was great. His daughter was great. All the people at Fox were amazing. I had such a good time. I would never do that shit again. Like never.
That's
It's
fair.
work. Like you don't just like show up and go and that's like the end.
Right.
Like it's actual. And then we had to like study. Literally, me and my best friend, we both thankfully worked at home. So in between meetings, we would FaceTime each other and just be playing music. We would go
Yeah.
out to bars, to dinner, and be like, "What's that song? What's the song? What's that song?" Like, and
Yeah, that's what I would do too. I would think that'd be fun.
it became work because we did it for like
Yeah,
a
that's
long
fair.
time, and we had to study all music. Like we had 17 playlists
Right.
that we were studying: country, rock, alternative, 90, R&B, girl groups, like, and it was just a constant. We'd be in the car like with our hands over like the screen
Yeah.
and be like, "What's that song?" Like, and it just like music wasn't fun for like a while.
See, my thing is not current stuff, which I would definitely have to brush up on, but I listen to everything. The only
Yeah.
thing I really don't listen to is like super heavy metal or super, super gangster rap. Like
So I am not.
I would have to
I'm
dig deep
definitely.
for those.
Yeah, I'm
But
definitely not super, super heavy metal, and I'm not super duper country. But the
right.
good thing about
I
Shazam
grew up
is
on country, so
it's only hits. Like we're not doing
right.
deep cuts. Like it's
Right.
only like Billboard top type songs.
I mean, I would
So
say
that was
because I watch
helpful.
it, I'm doing well.
Yeah, it was helpful, but yeah, you watch it, you get back to me. I can tell you I don't know what number episode. I want to say it's 5, but I
Okay.
know the title is
Season 2.
season 5.
5, sorry. Okay.
Yeah, season
cool.
5. I think it's episode 5, but I know the title is It's a Barn Burner in Here or something like that, which
Okay.
I was like, what the fuck does that mean? Like, because again, I'm from Pennsylvania, like I'm from Pittsburgh. So I was like, what the fuck does that mean? And my best friend, who is like from North Carolina, she's like, oh, that's like what country people say when it's like a close race. And I'm like,
Yeah.
fucking burning barns? Like, that sounds dumb.
See, I'm from Oklahoma. Now I live in Texas. So I'm like, I was raised on 80s and 90s country. And of course, when
Yeah.
I could, what you're talking about getting a TV, I got my TV in my room when I think I was in like 8th grade. And that was when MTV really came out. And so
Oh, yeah.
all I did was stay in my room and watch
Was
MTV
sit and
or listen
watch.
to my
Yeah,
stereo,
that makes sense.
talk on the phone.
Yeah. So
That's
yeah,
all.
you watch that, you get back to me again.
Yeah.
That could be a whole
Okay.
nother episode. We could just
That's
sit and talk
awesome.
about that. But yeah, so my number one,
Okay.
back to basics, is Mean Girls.
Mean Girls.
And that was like a good chunk of my life for
Yeah.
probably like 2 years of high school. I think it came out, I might have been like a sophomore or junior or something. And it was just, we're just gonna turn this on. It was just so. I even say to people, math is the same in every country. Like
Yeah.
that's what I say. I'm a recruiter
Beautiful.
by day, I guess, and I'm like, recruiting is the same in every country. It's not, but
On Wednesdays we wear pink.
on Wednesdays we wear pink. That year, a couple years ago, October the 3rd was on a Wednesday, and I literally, because this was pre-pandemic, I had to go in the office, and I literally
What day is
sent
it?
a company.
October 3rd.
A company-wide email that was like, tomorrow is October 3rd and it's Wednesday, and
I
on
remember
Wednesdays we wear
that.
pink. And my manager was like, did you send that to the whole company? Yes, I did. And you should wear pink tomorrow too. I don't
Yeah.
care.
And
Fight
remember,
me.
it's
Fight
October
50 of us.
3rd.
And it's October 3rd.
That's great. Okay, well we'll do my number one, and then hopefully Dre sent me his honorable mentions. I'll check. But
Okay.
my number one is a movie that I grew up with. It came out in 1995, so I was like a sophomore in high school in 1995, and this movie just like First of all, the soundtrack, fucking amazing. I've listened to it so many times. And it's just one of the most beautiful movies about friendship. It's Now and Then.
I almost put that on my list. I love that movie so much. It's so casted well on both sides.
Perfect. As much as I don't like Rosie O'Donnell very much, I still feel like they were cast perfectly. I feel like the kids versus the adults, like they did a really good job, and it's just such a good movie.
So good. I almost put that. It didn't make it on my honorable mentions, but I was like, this is such a good movie. It is such a good movie.
And the
both sides were casted so well.
That soundtrack introduced me to the 60s, like as far as music goes. Like,
oh yeah.
You know, my parents probably listened to some stuff, but as far as like me doing a deep dive into like the 60s and 70s, it was that movie. That one and Forrest Gump. Like that's what got me into that music. And
Now and Again it is a very, very underrated for like I guess people my age. Like you have to really love movies to like watch stuff like that. But I remember seeing that movie for the first time on like TBS or like TNT or something when, you know, I was like younger. I was just like, this is so good.
Yeah.
So good.
And Christina Ricci is so good.
Yes.
They're
had
all
such a good run. Yeah. What I can't remember her name, but she was in Hocus Pocus. She was the sister.
Yeah.
And she's the one, so good. It was so good.
Yeah.
The whole thing is good.
I love it.
I love that.
Definitely one of my all-time favorite movies, and just like the music and the story, and it's just I didn't grow up in that time. I grew up in like the 80s and 90s, but still, like, I rode my bike around with my best friend all the time, and we would go out and not come home till it was dark, and just like it was kind of different adventures given the time, but still it gives you such a good childhood feeling. Like if I did a movie that's going to take me back to remembering being a child, it's that movie.
Yep.
So
that's a good one.
In fact, I may need to watch it again soon because it's such a good movie. All right. Well, what honorable mentions do you have that we haven't talked about?
So I'm like super embarrassed about this one, but I don't care. So we already mentioned Waiting to Exhale. My other ones are Roll Bounce with Lil Bow Wow, ATL, Holes.
Okay.
Girls Trip. We mentioned. Did we talk about Pitch Perfect? Did I make that up?
No, but I have Pitch Perfect. Okay. No, I have Pitch Perfect and Girls Trip.
Okay, I have. Okay, so we talked about Waiting to Exhale. I have Pitch Perfect, Brown Sugar, Girls Trip, Holes, ATL, and Roll Bounce are my honorable mentions.
Okay. Yeah, I had Pitch Perfect and Girls Trip. I didn't have any of the other ones, but those are all very good. So let me look at Dre's. Let me see. Okay, that we haven't mentioned. He had The Little Rascals. Good one. You got served. Dude, Where's My Car?
Okay.
Let's Be Cops. That was one of mine. Let's Be Cops almost made my top 5. That movie is
Let's
so
Be Cops.
That's so fucking funny. The Outsiders. That's a good one.
I almost put that in my top 5, and then I took it out, and then I didn't put it in my honorable mentions. Good book and good movie.
Okay. Yes. Girls Trip, which we had. Bridesmaids, I also had. Grown Ups, Bridge to Terabithia. I Now Pronounce You Chuck and Larry, and then The Sandlot and My Girl.
Chuck and Larry, I didn't even think of that, and I love that movie.
Yeah, that is a really good movie.
That movie. That's such a good one. I didn't even think about that. I love Chuck and Larry.
Yes, I do too. So I had a bunch, but I'm just going to mention the ones that we haven't talked about that because I kind of said. So I had Stand By Me. Which,
that's a good one.
God, such a good one.
Deep.
And another tearjerker that I grew up on, Beaches.
Ooh.
Yeah. I grew up on Beaches, and it's me and my best friend since childhood. That's like one of our all-time favorite movies.
Oh, that one, it gets you right there in the feels.
Yeah. Yes. Thelma and Louise.
That's a good one.
The First Wives Club.
So good.
Yeah. The first Wives Club was hard to leave out of my top 5. It really was.
Oh,
American Pie, which I'm surprised Dre didn't have because he loves that movie.
oh, that's a good one too.
Yeah.
There's just so many. You're
There's
just
so
like,
many. I Love You, Man. Fucking love that movie.
ooh,
Speaking of Jason
that's a good
Segel.
one
Jason
too.
Segel and Paul Rudd, such a great movie. And I had The Goonies, which was like
Oh, yeah.
really my number 6 honorable mention. And then I had one. This is a movie that I try to talk about whenever I can. Secret Admirer. So it's from the 80s, like early 80s. It has C. Thomas Howell, Kelly Preston,
Okay.
like a very young Kelly Preston, and a very young Lori Loughlin. And it's just an 80s gem. So basically, the C. Thomas Howell and Lori Loughlin, they're like best friends. And then she's also best friends with the Kelly Preston character. Well,
Okay.
he is in love with the Kelly Preston character. So he's like, how can I get her? So he's like, I'm going to write these letters. He gives them to Lori Loughlin. He's like, can you give them to her? Well, he gives her the letters. She gets them and she's like, these are terrible. So she rewrites them and then gives them to her. And then they end up dating. But really, the Lori Loughlin character is in love with the guy. And it's just, I don't know. It's very funny. It's so underrated. So I will talk about it anytime I can because I've seen it like a million times.
I've never heard of that one, but
yeah, it's
now I'm like so many. I don't know why I Love You, Man just made me think of The Wedding Ringer with Josh Gad and Kevin Hart.
That's a good one.
Such a good movie. Hilarious.
Yeah. Oh, and I also had 9 to 5.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
There's just so many.
Yeah.
So many.
I wrote down Unfriended, but I was like, they all died. It's a horror movie, so maybe I shouldn't. I low-key love that movie. I don't care.
It's so many. It's yeah. It was hard. I mean, even picking I'm telling you, The Outsiders was there, but then as I was like going through I was like Outsiders, then The Wood, but then The Wood was like Best Man, and I was just like, I gotta put Best Man in here.
I'm glad you had The Wood and Best Man because I wrote those down, but I think I picked movies that I related to more.
Yeah.
So
and that makes sense. And maybe that's why I picked the Best Man, because I relate to them in some way, especially The Wood, because like he's like, oh, I'm from North Carolina, and like I'm not from North. I had the reverse effect. Like I moved from Pennsylvania to North Carolina. I lived in North
Carolina.
Yep, in Charlotte. I'm just like, yeah, those. But I remember being like younger and like watching those and appreciating them when they were funny when I was younger. But now that I'm older, I like appreciate them in a different way. But
those are great movies. I just didn't relate. I don't relate to male characters as much, I guess. Like I picked movies that were more like, okay, except for Tag, but also I just wanted to be part of that friend group.
Tag is a good one, but there's so many where you just like don't think of
and like Dre,
stuff like
Let's
that.
Be Cops. I fucking love Let's Be Cops.
Yeah, I love Let's Be Cops, but also because I love New Girl, so I just love the dynamic of like Jake Johnson and Damon Wayans Jr. It's funny because Damon Wayans Jr. I could like pick him. I love him. I just watched Big Hero 6 with my kids the other day, and I feel like I've seen that movie before, but maybe I wasn't paying attention.
Yeah.
And they had it on the other day, and Damon Wayans Jr. is in it. Like he's one of the characters. I had no idea, but he's like talking, he's talking, and I'm like,
nice.
Is that Damon Wayans Jr.? But then of course my kids are like, what? I'm like,
who?
And then we get to the end. I'm like, I knew that was him.
I love that when you're watching animated movies and you're like, who is that? Who I think it is? And then you get to the credits, you're like, yes, I knew it.
But see, now my favorite thing is the reverse, because now that I am introducing my kids to non-kid things, if you will. So like I said, I'm on this Office rewatch. So I'm like watching it with my daughter the other day, and they know all the characters, but they know Andy and whatever. But there was something Andy was saying, and I was like, hey, do you guys know who that is? That's the Onceler from the Lorax. And I get so excited when I can like do a thing that they know. And my daughter's like,
I do that too with my daughter.
At Steve Carell, and she's like, I've seen him somewhere before. I'm like, that's the dad from Alexander and the Terrible, No Good, Very Bad Day. And she's like, oh yeah, like I love it.
I think I do the opposite. We were watching something last night. Oh, my daughter was watching Liv and Maddie, and the
Okay.
teacher, I was like, "Oh my God, that's Oscar from The Office," and she has no idea what I'm talking about. But I'm like,
Yeah.
"It's Oscar,"
Yeah. I do it the
or it's like,
reverse.
"What's her head from Grey's Anatomy?" Like,
Yep. I'm
because
like,
she's the
oh,
mom
that's
on Liv and Maddie. Yeah.
they know. So my kids watch That Girl Lele, and the principal in that show is Kimmy Gibbler.
Oh, nice.
So
Okay.
I'm like, that's Kimmy Gibbler, and they're like,
Like who?
what? Like, okay.
Yeah,
But then my
I
son
do
came
that all
home
the
the other
time.
day. He's like, I want to watch Fuller House, and I'm like, why? And okay, I guess. Like,
I mean, it was cute.
Yeah, it was fine. I watched, I think, the first maybe 2 seasons, and then I kind of checked out because I was like, I don't
Yeah.
really care that much. Like,
Yeah, the
whatever.
last season I didn't really care, but I still watched it. But I
Yeah,
did
I just
really
like
like it
never
at the
got around
beginning.
to it.
And
Yeah, it was cute at the beginning.
Full House was
Aside from
a
that first
staple.
episode where they clapped like every like 15 seconds when
It
they
was
came out,
cheesy, but you knew that was going to happen.
I
Like,
was like, I just didn't need all that.
I fully expected that, so I was like, okay.
Yeah, but it was good. It was good for what it was, and I liked the callbacks
Yeah,
and all of that. I thought it was well done, but I just once we got
I'm
to
all
season
about
3,
cheesiness anyway.
I was
So,
like, oh, okay, I'm good. Like I don't really need to
okay.
keep watching this.
So I have to ask you a question because
Okay.
I feel like we're vibing so much. We like so many
Yeah.
of the same things. And oh my God, I can't wait to introduce you to Kendra because you guys are going to be like this. How do you feel about Taylor Swift?
I don't. So wait. Okay.
Wait, you
Wait. Let
don't
me say
like
this.
her or you don't feel anything
No,
about her?
I don't feel about her. I don't
Okay.
feel anything. I'm good either way. There are
Okay.
quite a few songs. I'm not a Swiftie, but there are quite a few
Would you
songs.
allow me to try to make you a Swiftie?
Nah, I don't. Well, so here's the thing about me. I actually don't care about
Okay.
celebrities at all. I have always been that person, like when Twitter was introduced and
Well, I
everybody's
love
like,
her
oh,
music.
I
So,
follow such like I could care less what y'all are doing.
yeah.
I do like a lot of her music. Red is my favorite Taylor
Yeah.
Swift album.
Yeah.
I do also quite enjoy 1989.
The thing is, you have to do a deep dive into her music and not just listen to the stuff on the radio because that's where a lot of
Correct.
people get like, oh,
Yeah.
she's so this like pop bubblegum. No,
Yeah, you have to get
folklore
past
is an
that.
entire fucking vibe. Like, go listen to folklore on a stormy day when you just want to
Yeah.
sit down with a blanket and like, you know.
I have done very many a trip read front to back. 1989 is a good one. So I do enjoy her music and not just like the radio music. I do,
Yeah.
but
Okay.
past that, I don't care. I do feel some type of way about the rumor of her and Travis Kelce. Don't like that.
Why? You
I
think it'd be
don't.
bad for him or?
Yeah, I
But he
think
was the one pursuing her. If you watch those interviews,
that is
he's
correct.
like,
That doesn't make it right though.
yeah.
But I don't like it because I also feel like she has a Kardashian adjacent curse about her. Like where she dates these guys and she breaks up with them. Now everybody hates him, and I refuse to hate Travis Kelce. I love him.
Oh yeah, me too.
I love him.
So to be fair, if you didn't do her dirty, like Taylor Lautner, Back to December is about him, and that is all on her. She's like, I did it. I'm bad. Like, so if you don't fuck her over, she doesn't. But you know, John Mayer and Jake Gyllenhaal can eat a bag of dicks, as far as I'm concerned. But fair. I see where you're coming from because it's like once you date Taylor Swift or once you date a Kardashian, it's like, you know,
you got this bad juju on you or something. Like I don't like it. I just refuse to feel that way about Travis Kelce. I just refuse. Yeah. I love him.
Yeah, he's so adorable. But I don't hate it. So I don't know. I feel like their lives, there's no way they could coordinate schedules with their life.
Nah.
So
no,
you know.
But yeah, I don't feel one way or the other about her.
Fine. I'll take that. I'll take that.
But I do enjoy some of her music. I have quite a few Swiftie days.
I'm a huge Swiftie. I have been making friendship bracelets for the movie. I already have 2 different dates of tickets to the movie because
I forgot about that.
I got waitlisted every time for the tour, and we just can't afford it. So it's like, but
I will say that. So
the movie, I'm showing up.
I'm not even like Beehive, but when I went to the Beyonce when she was here, I dropped the money, and I don't care. because I had a time. But I'm not
Yeah.
like Beehive. Like I don't like. I'm not getting into like Beyonce arguments with people. But
Yeah.
it was it was funny. Me and my two best friends, we went on a trip. We went on a girls trip at the beginning of the year, and as the plane was landing coming back from said trip is when they were like, oh my god, Beyonce has this Beehive pre-sale that's coming, and we're like on the plane on the tarmac waiting to get off, like email number
Nice.
1, email number 2, sign up for this city, you sign up for this city, like on
Yep.
the plane. But we went, I had a time, it was great. I actually had somebody else bought the tickets, I would have absolutely went to Eras. Like I'm
Yeah.
sure it was a good time because I do enjoy her music, like front to back.
Well, and
I
it's
do
just
enjoy
an
it.
entire experience. Like everything
Yeah.
I've watched all the live streams, and it's like, you know, like Dre will say, I don't like her, but I respect the hustle. Like Dre's all about, I respect the hustle. Like, I mean, she can captivate, you know, an audience of like 80,000 people. Like that's
Yep.
power.
Yeah.
Thank you, Kevin. I have a Swiffer. I also have a Swiffer that is not a Swiftie.
I have a Swiffer. I have a Swiffer.
I like to say Swiffer, but yeah, I've made like 80 friendship bracelets because I'm making them for little kids so I can just hand them out to little kids.
Yeah.
And then I made some I want to trade.
To like
and then
trade. Yeah.
I was like, I'll hand
Yeah.
out the rest to trick or treaters. Like, I'm just like,
Yeah.
whatever.
I found out on TikTok that's a thing. I was like, oh, that's cool. Like
It's addictive.
that's cool.
So I have an addictive personality when it comes to certain things like coloring, like adult coloring, fucking addicted. If you saw my marker collection, you would probably pass out. Now with the friendship bracelets, it's like childhood habits with adult money is dangerous.
Oh yeah. Oh, for sure. For sure. I have a couple adult coloring books in here. Actually,
so
I don't even
many.
know that I would say they're adult coloring books more than I am an adult who bought the coloring book. Like I don't know. It's literally there are two right here. It's one that's all the like 90s Nickelodeon cartoons.
Ooh.
And then one that is just like 90s cartoons. So it's like Cartoon Network,
Okay.
Rugrats, like it's like a little bit of everything. But I bought it during the pandemic when my kids were
I colored
4
so
and
much during
2,
COVID.
5 and 3, something like that. And I'm like, they're coloring, so I'm gonna color with them, but I'm gonna color my thing, and you guys are gonna color your thing. I had also bought some New Girl coloring pages off of Etsy.
I've bought a lot off Etsy.
And I've colored those. My favorite one is one of Schmidt, and it just says "use" like real big on the bottom. Like
I have a lot
get
from somebody I found on Etsy, and she's actually in England, and she doesn't do it anymore. But they're all like cuss words, but with like they're very fancy and like with
very
floral
fancy
stuff
fonts
and like
and roses
and she also made
those
one
are
that says
real
"Fuck
adult
Trump," and that's
coloring
my
books.
favorite one.
And yeah, those are real adult coloring books. Mine are
Yeah,
just
I
I bought
words. I
this
love
with
it.
my adult money.
Well, okay, so this has been a blast, and we definitely need to wrap it up. But I really hope you come back, and definitely,
have me
Kendra,
back.
you and Kendra will just the three of us, but especially you and her are gonna vibe. So she does Crushgasm, which is just about crushes. So just
I could do that.
Yeah.
I can do that. Me and my because I don't. What do I do? Me and my best friend one night we're on the FaceTime. It's like 9:30, and we're like, oh, we're about to get off. And for some reason, for the next hour and a half, we just went back and forth like peak. What's your peak Will Smith? Like what era is he his peak at? And we did that for an hour and a half.
That's amazing.
Just like going back and forth. And I'm like, I thought we were going to bed at 9:30. It's 11.
If you talk to Harvey, if you have to come on a draft so you can like meet everybody, but Harvey hates Will Smith with a passion. So we give him so much shit.
Before the slap or like
no, always. He hates Will Smith. I don't get it. I really don't. He's a good actor. He's a good performer. He's hot.
Who hates Will Smith?
Harvey.
How? I need an explanation.
He thinks he's trash. I know. So we have a lot of differing opinions in our little group. So
yeah, well, Dre didn't like the A-Team, and I'm still trying to write. That movie was so good. I quite enjoyed. We just watched. I feel like
my husband loves it. I just thought it was fine.
It was so good. Yeah. I know. I just watched it because it's on Hulu.
I mean, Bradley Cooper. I'll watch it. You know.
It's so good. I'll also, to your point, I don't know that I would call it an addictive personality, but I 100% am the comfort movie show.
Me too.
So like my comfort movie is Remember the Titans. And it's to the point now that when I open the Disney Plus, and if I tell my kids, like, I'm like, watch whatever, like, I don't care, whatever, like, it's your turn to pick. But sometimes I'm like, nah, I'm gonna watch what I want to watch because I'm sick of watching whatever made up shit you guys are watching. Because my daughter's like real
Can we
into
stop
anime.
watching Bluey?
Yeah, they actually don't even watch Bluey. I've seen a few.
They're
they watch it
old
like
for
sometimes.
that, I guess.
But my daughter's really big into anime, and I don't really understand because I don't like
My
me and her
daughter
dad
is
are
too.
not. We're not anime people, but I'm like, whatever. And my son is just anything where he thinks they're superheroes or they're fighting.
Yeah.
So whatever. But so sometimes I'm like, nah, I want to watch what I want to watch. So it's to the point now when I open the Disney Plus, they're like, oh, we're gonna have to watch Remember the Titans. First of all, shut up.
Yeah.
Like, that's not, now I'm gonna turn something on just to spite you. Like, I don't care. I'm gonna watch Cool Runnings. Like,
I love Cool Runnings.
I don't care. I don't know.
Definitely contact Dre and do the sports movie bracket because I would really like to see how your choices pan out. Because
yeah.
I
want to do. Yeah, I am big sport. But yeah, Remember the Titans. A couple years ago. No, at the pandemic. At the start of the pandemic, I got laid off. So like I didn't work for like maybe like 6 weeks, and I watched Remember the Titans every day. And I was married at the time, and he was just like, for real?
Yeah.
Like, yeah. It's my comfort movie. I don't know why. I have no idea why. Like, anytime something like bad happens, it could be something very minute, or it could be something like huge. And I'm like, they're like, what are you doing? I'm in the house. I'm watching Remember the Titans. Like, I'm scared. I'm nervous. I'm sick. I'm upset. I Remember the Titans.
My comfort movie is Halloween. So
really?
Yeah.
Well, that's okay too.
I saw it when I was 5. It traumatized me my entire childhood. I couldn't watch it alone until I was in my 20s. And I definitely couldn't watch it alone in the dark until like late 20s. But it's my comfort movie. It's always, it can be on in the background. It can be like, I don't have to pay attention, but it's like, I mean, I don't know if you can see Halloween up here.
I see
and then PJ Souls, who just signed, I just met her, and we both had the Totally shirt on, and it was awesome. So yeah, I'm all about living your best life at this point. Like, if you like pumpkin spice, let the pumpkin spice people have their shit.
Yeah, they can have it. I'm not one, but
if you like Game of Thrones, let them have their shit. If you like Taylor Swift, let them have it. Like,
I agree. Like,
I'm a basic white girl. I love pumpkin spice. So
your thing is your thing. Like, and there are times where I have learned. There are times where you're like, oh, I see why you like this. Not all the time, but I will say I have never, up until a year and a half, 2 years ago, I was like, I'm okay off superhero movies. Like, I was just never a big fan of it. Like, I could care less.
I feel the same way. They're fine.
I'm like, whatever. Like, I'm not running out to see, whatever. Like, I watched Batman growing up. My favorite Batman is Michael Keaton. Fight me. I don't care. Like, Keaton is the best one.
Yeah, he's the
whatever. Best. Like, but I never really that was just what was popular at the time. Like, I don't care. My son, he likes it, and I would watch things with him, but he started to get into Marvel. But again, at his ripe age of 3, he doesn't know that there's a story. He's just like, I want to watch Captain America versus Iron Man. Like, he doesn't know.
Yeah.
So I'm watching it, and I saw Black Panther because I felt like, as a Black person, I like had to do that. And I enjoyed it. It was great.
I was gonna say, do you like it?
It was good. Like, I thought it was a good movie, but at the time when it came out, I just felt like I was obligated to go watch it. And then my son started, for whatever reason, my son is addictive personality. So he goes through phases where he will watch the same movie every day for like 3 months. And the movie at the time that he would watch was Civil War, which in his mind is called Captain America versus Iron Man, because those are the two faces he sees on the thing. So as I'm watching it with him one day, I was like, oh, is this where T'Challa's dad dies? I was like, oh, these things go together. And so when I got COVID, back when Omicron was trying to wipe out the planet, I didn't have anything to do. I couldn't leave my house. I couldn't do anything. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to watch all of the Marvel movies in order. And
in chronological order, or in the order that they're supposed to? Because my husband
So
did that too. He watched them in the order you're supposed to.
I started doing it that way because
Yeah.
my brain doesn't actually compute in the order they are released. I need to know why this shit is the way it is
Well,
in the correct
that's not the order you're supposed to watch them.
It's
Which is weird, but
yeah. So I started on the chronological order.
yeah.
So I started with Captain America, and then the
I
next
think,
one is
yeah.
technically Captain Marvel in the chronological
Right.
order.
Yeah.
But once I got to Civil War, I was like, well, this order actually doesn't matter because we never get origin Tom Holland Spider-Man. He's already Spider-Man when we get to Civil War. There's no introduction. That is his introduction. He's already Spider-Man.
But the original Spider-Man is the original one with Tobey Maguire is like,
yes, but that technically does not fit into the MCU.
Oh, because
I've seen that one.
How he becomes Spider-Man. Okay.
So yeah, so I knew how he became Spider-Man. That exists. Like I've seen it all.
Yeah.
But Civil War is the first time we get Spider-Man in the MCU, and he's just already Spider-Man.
Right.
So I was like, so after this, it actually doesn't matter in what order I watch it because he's here. We don't get that. So I think from there, I switched to timeline order. The other reason is I didn't want to watch Black Widow. Because that's the person I care the least about. So switching to timeline order, I didn't have to watch Black Widow next. Yeah. And then I kept it from there. So, but I watched them all. Because I'm like, he likes this and he loves it now. Like he continues, like he wants to be Star-Lord for Halloween. And I'm like, okay, I guess. Nice. So I watched it, so I said all that to say, my very long-winded way of saying, I was not a superhero person, and I still might say I'm not but I understand why people like this.
Yeah.
Now that I have all the details and see how all these things tie together, and I see why people like this. I see why people like that. I absolutely do. I'm never going at midnight on Thursday. No, I'm going to wait until Tuesday when the movie is $6 and then I'll go, and all of y'all have seen it. But I see why people like this.
My problem is I'm a DC person. I'm a Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman. Like Marvel is like, okay, it's fine. And like I watch, I watched the Iron Man movies. I watched Avengers Endgame, Avengers Infinity Wars, and I, sort of got what was going on. I've seen Guardians of the Galaxy, but I have not watched all the Captain America, Black Widow.
Yeah. Black Widow is trash. Captain America's singular movies are trash.
I only wanted to watch Black Widow because of David Harbour, because I love him.
Yeah.
But
Black Widow I could have done without. I know why we had to do it, but like I was okay. I see why it took you guys so long to like make that. It really wasn't that interesting. Captain America movies are not good. Most of the singular character movies are really not that good.
Yeah.
Like I think Iron Man has the best ones out of all of them. Black Panther is good. But like all the Thors are not great.
They're a lot.
All the Captain Americas are not great. Captain Marvel was not great. Black Widow is not great. Tom Holland Spider-Mans are good.
Yeah,
I do enjoy those.
I feel like Black Panther and then Wonder Woman, which I know they're different universes, but I feel like they're very similar in how they were made.
Like start.
Like how they showed the characters, showed the scenery, showed like, so those are I really love Black Panther because of the aesthetic and then the characters too. Like, who I can't all name, but the bald lady, I fucking love her in that red. Like,
damn, I can't think of her name. Yeah. I know you're talking about though.
And then Wonder Woman is very similar in how they showed like the island where they all lived and like whatever. I don't know. I've always been a DC person, like Wonder Woman.
I never fell on either one. It wasn't until I had that boy and he like super that I was like, oh, I guess like, but my best friend, she's big. I mean, I know Marvel, I know DC, I know the characters, I know all the players, but I never was like, before I really sat and watched them, I'm like, I saw Captain America and I didn't like it. I've seen Iron Man. It was fine. Like I saw, Black Panther. I enjoyed that. Like
Well,
it.
Iron Man I mean, Spider-Man sort of, but really Iron Man is what solidified the MCU as like a
Yep.
thing because okay, again, I grew up in the 80s and 90s. We grew up on Batman and Superman. Like
Yeah,
there
that's
was like
true.
4 Superman movies. There's like, 2 or 3
Yeah.
Batman movies. Like
There's like 800 Batman movies.
those
Like,
were the
yeah.
superheroes that we were fed. And then when I
Yeah.
was an adult, it's like, okay, here's, Spider-Man.
Yeah.
And then
And
now
see,
here's Iron Man, which is like just blew up.
yeah, and I guess that's a fair point. I did grow up. I've seen all of the like George Clooney, Val Kilmer,
Yeah.
Michael Keaton. I did grow up watching those. But it just always seemed like it was just something that we were just watching. Like I didn't personally care if we watched it or not. But those were like the popular ones at the time. And then but yeah, Tobey Maguire Spider-Man.
Yeah.
And see, at that point, I didn't know like Marvel versus DC. I just knew this
But
was
that
Spider-Man.
really spawned Marvel.
Yeah, like I was like, oh, that's Spider-Man, and I really enjoy. Until Tom came, like I don't like Andrew Garfield Spider-Man. I hate it. I hate it.
Yeah,
I
I
hate
don't
it.
either. I love Andrew Garfield, but I didn't think he was a great
I did not
Spider-Man.
enjoy his Spider-Man. I only honestly I went to the theater to see the first one. I never saw the second one until this Tom Holland one came out where they're all 3 in it, and I was like, because my kids they're question kids, so we
Yeah.
had to watch all the Spider-Man. So we watched all 3 Tobys, both Andrews, and then all of the Toms, so we could get to No Way Home or whatever it's called.
Right.
Because I'm like,
Yeah,
I hear
No
the
Way Home.
questions forming in your head, like who is that? Why are there 3 Spider-Mans? Like, nope, we're just gonna watch all of them. And then
Yeah.
we're gonna go watch this No Way Home or whatever. So, but yeah, it's movies. But yeah, you different strokes for different folks. I wouldn't
Yeah.
say I'm a big superhero head now, but I do see why
I'm
people
not,
enjoy
but
Marvel. As I watched it and got all the different like nuances, I'm like, yeah, I see why you guys like this. I get it.
yeah.
I
It's
get it.
fine. Yeah. I'm like,
Yeah.
I'll watch it, but I'm not gonna like seek it out. But like
Yeah. Again, I'm not going to Thursday night viewing. I'll go see
Yeah.
it next Tuesday and I'll be okay.
but like I watched Smallville like start to finish. We watched Gotham start to finish. So I think DC has just always been more my thing.
Yeah.
But again, 'cause I grew up with Batman and Superman, so
Yeah.
it just
That's fair.
depends on what you're raised on. Marvel is such a huge thing now that
Yeah, it's hard to get away from.
yeah, it's
For sure.
everywhere.
Yeah. And we see all the movies. We saw Ant-Man and
Oh, I liked
whatever.
Ant-Man. Okay, I forgot.
Whatever,
About Ant-Man.
all of them that have come out, we've seen every single one of them that have come out recently. There's a couple we missed in the middle, like Doctor Strange and Wanda. It's not called that, but that's what I keep calling it.
Did you watch WandaVision? WandaVision
I did.
was so good. You like it?
WandaVision's my favorite series.
Okay.
Loved
I loved it.
But that was where I was like, what the hell is happening? Because I didn't watch. I watched it first before I did the whole
I know. I had
movie
no
thing.
clue what was going
And
on.
I'm like, why do we care that this boy is back? Is he
Yeah.
dead? He's supposed to be dead? Who is that? Like, who is Pietro? I'm confused. And I'm like, and why is Monica looking for her mom who's dead? Like,
Right.
I'm confused. What's happening? Like, why are these people just like respawning on the earth? Like, what is it? And then
But-
I'm like, this makes so much sense now.
But also, like, I will say my daughter, like, just randomly started watching WandaVision. She knew nothing about the MCU. And
Yeah.
now that has introduced her into that entire universe where
Yep.
before she didn't care.
Yeah, and that's what it was. We were watching it, and I'm like, I know you don't know what's going on because I don't know what's going on. Like,
Yeah.
what is it?
No
Who's
clue.
Wanda? Why is he a human and a robot? Like, what is
Right?
this? What's happening?
Like, is this the real world, the fake world? Like,
yeah.
what's going on?
Yeah, like what's why am I looking at the girl from Two Broke Girls? Who is that? What is
Yeah.
she doing? Like, I was so confused. And then
Well, and you think Wanda's supposed to be a good one, but in WandaVision, she's really the villain. So it's
well,
like,
apparently in whatever movie she's in with Doctor Strange, I forget what it's called because I just keep calling it Doctor Strange and Wanda.
I
but it
watched
has a
the
name.
multiverse one. Is the one
Yeah,
I
that
saw.
one. Isn't she like tripping in that one? Like, isn't she like really
I
like
think
off
so,
her
yeah.
rocker? But she's supposed
I
to be
don't
like
really
one of the
remember.
most powerful
Yeah.
one, like whatever. I don't know what to call them. Like, she's supposed to be the most powerful one. And I saw that in Endgame because the hill I will die on was Thanos was ready to kill everybody because Wanda was
Yep.
whooping his ass.
Yep.
And I'm like, like she was really whooping his ass. And he was like, rain fire.
I cried
and you're
so
like,
hard
our
in that movie.
soldiers. And he's like, I don't care. And like, oh nah, he knew he was gonna lose. Like Wanda was giving him the business. Like that's crazy. She's like, oh, that is.
Yeah,
I
she's
think
the
about
best.
that often, like often. So we keep saying
Yeah.
we're getting off, and we keep talking.
Yeah, I need to go back to WandaVision again. Okay, so Taylor, thank you so much for being here. I had such a good time. I will definitely share all the stuff, but I know we can find the game at quotemecards.com, right?
Yep. QuoteMeCards.com. Everything is Quote Me Cards. Instagram, Facebook, TikTok.
Okay.
I think that's it. I tried Twitter. It sucked. I got off. Like couldn't do it. It's too many platforms. But everything is Quote Me Cards. You can get the game at QuoteMeCards.com. That's the only place you can get it right now. And yeah, just the expansion pack will be out in
You need
11
to get Target
days.
to pick that shit up like they did Cards Against
do.
Humanity.
I do want them to. There's like a couple legality things I gotta go through
Yeah.
first. But I'm like, in due time. Again, we've only been open
Yeah.
3 months, so I'm like, I'll definitely get there. But I do this funny like manifestation. It's funny to me. Manifestation. So Target is my happy place, and
Oh,
I
yeah.
carry around a Quote Me box. Like it's just like in my purse because I never
Yeah,
know
that's awesome.
where I'm gonna be. So anytime I go into Target, I take a picture and put it in my Instagram story, and that's like my I hold it up, like I just like hold
You're
it
like,
up in the game
"There you go,
section,
it's right next
and
to
like
Cards Against Humanity,"
and like take a picture, and I'm like, that's it. This is my manifestation photo for the day. Anytime I go anywhere, Target, Walmart, I did it in Five Below once, like anywhere where there are games.
What's that Cats one we play?
Oh, cat, the cat in a burrito cat.
No, crap. What is the Cats one we play?
There is a cat one. There's so many games. Cards Against Humanity has that like mayo bucket game now. I don't know what the hell it is, and I refuse to buy it. But it's literally a jar of, I don't know if it's actual mayonnaise. I doubt it, but it looked like mayonnaise, and I'm like, that shit looks gross. Exploding Kittens.
Exploding Kittens. Thank you. Yes.
Exploding Kittens. Because I'm like, I know exactly what you're talking about. Exploding
Kittens is so fun.
Yeah.
And then we got Exploding Minions for Christmas. The expansion pack of Exploding Kittens, they have Imploding Kittens, and it comes with a code of shame, which is amazing.
God. Yeah, it's that. So that's what I do.
Shame.
I hold my little game up and I take a picture, and that's my man. Every time I go into like any store like that, that's what I do. But yeah, I want to. That's my thing, to get into my happy place and be like, I did it. But yeah, expansion pack will be out October the 1st.
Awesome. I will definitely post about it and promote it, and people should go buy it, and that's exciting. Okay, before we go, give me 5 cards. I gotta see if I can redeem myself.
All right. Let's see.
I know you
we'll pull from the bottom.
Okay.
I'm just heating up tacos. Okay, name the movie. You gonna eat your tots?
Oh,
Amanda.
It is right on the tip of my tongue.
You gonna eat your tots?
Damn it. I can't remember.
Napoleon Dynamite.
That's exactly right. Okay.
Multiple choice. The cool points are out the window, and you got me all twisted up in the game. Father of the Bride, City Slickers, or Bringing Down the House?
Bringing Down the House.
Yep.
Okay. Only because I remember the first 2 movies like nothing.
Multiple choice. Welcome to Earth. Thor, Mars Attack. Independence Day. Okay, card number 4. Okay. Name the movie. You Show Is Ugly. You Show Is Ugly.
Tombstone?
The color purple.
Oh, yeah.
All right, last one. This is my favorite one. All right, name the movie. Okay. It's long. I'm going to just tell you. Name the movie. The quote is, I'll turn him into a flea, a harmless little flea. And then I'll put that flea in a box, and then I'll put that box inside of another box, and then I'll mail that box to myself. And when it arrives, I'll smash it with a hammer.
Um, that's sorry, I love that one. The Emperor's New Groove.
Emperor's New Groove. That is, I love
that movie.
Love that one.
Smash him into a flea and then turn him into.
So you got 3. That's not bad. 3 out of 5. Redeemed yourself.
It's not great. I pride myself on movie quotes, so I'm gonna have to.
I had to really dig deep. I will say, like,
yeah. I mean, you should.
It was hard because I'm like, I definitely want to do movies people know.
Easy.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't want it to be like, I know there's I think Toy Story, it's in one of the packs. I don't remember which one, but I'm like, the Toy Story quote cannot be to infinity and beyond. Like, we have to really.
You are a sad, strange little man.
I think I know.
I love in the Santa Claus 3 when they do the callback to that.
Yeah, I think I did do "You're a sad, strange little man," and I pity you. Yeah, you're a sad, strange little man, and I give you my pity. I think that is the quote that I picked. I don't know. I think it is. I may have changed it, but
if you just said you're a sad, strange little man, that could be Toy Story or Santa Claus 3.
That is true. Yeah, and I give you my pity. If it's not that one, the one I may have went with was "You uncultured swine," because that cracks me up every time.
We say that all the time, especially
it's funny. It's something, but I know it's in there. But it's like, yeah, you can't pick like some of them. Yes, they will be obvious, but like some of them, you have to really know the movie and be like paying attention to be able to get it. So it's fun. It's a fun game. I'm proud of it. I'm proud of me. I'm proud of everything. Like
it should be. That's amazing. So
it's a good time.
I'm proud of you too. I barely know you, but I'm proud of you. I think that's awesome. So
thanks, and thank you for having me. I know I've never done a podcast. I used to host a podcast like years ago, and it was like a sports podcast. Yeah, it was a sports podcast. I went to college to be a sports broadcaster, and clearly I'm doing that. But I had a sports podcast. I had a blog that I then turned into a podcast, and we did it for like, I don't know how long. But then the pandemic and other things happened, and we just kind of like stopped. But I haven't done a podcast like as a guest and like did this. So this was cool. I appreciate you having me, and definitely have me back.
Definitely.
I'll go on all the shows. So get Kendra.
All the time. You're like one of my new BFFs.
I'm going on all the shows. I'm here. They're going to be like, Taylor again? Like,
no, we're definitely going to have you on a draft. We have to figure out like, because sometimes we do topics where like, it's very specific to the people in the group. Like a couple of weeks ago, we did one where it was like, dream jobs that you would picture for the other people in the group. Okay, we're not gonna have a guest on that because they don't know us.
Yeah, because they don't. Yeah.
Other times we do, like last night, we did music videos and then a sentence to trigger a fan base. Okay, anybody can be on that, and we have a really.
I saw Dre posted that music video one. I just like happened to be like in my Instagram story, and I was like,
you should go watch it. At least the trigger a fan base. It was we had so much fun, but. If we do something kind of broad that you don't have to know us personally, like,
have me. Yeah, you, as long as I can get the times to line up, I'm in there.
No. All right. Well, thank you everybody for listening and watching. I know this was a long episode, but I think we had a fantastic time.
Yeah.
And thank you, Taylor, for being here. And everybody have a good week, a good day, a good whatever. And when life gets tough, just keep sipping. Goodbye.